Hey guys, what up? What up? It's your boy Jones back with another video. Haven't really talked about crypto a lot. Really been dealing with other things, but you know what? I talked to Mr. Smith recently, and he had his top 5 coins, and obviously, I decided, okay, cool, let's talk about it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to look at this article, read it, just do an overview. I've been kind of, out of the market a bit, but I'm just going to read it and see what's going on a little bit. And then if, just really focusing on this and see what's going on. Let's see what the article is about. Because like I said, I've been out the market really for a little bit. So Quercash app, and by the way, this is by Contelegraph.com. I usually, that's one of my main sources. I'll be posting the link in the description for those who want to read the article themselves. So the recent breakout of Bitcoin above the 10,000 to 10,500 zone could spark further interest among traders. Twitter personality Dave Portnoy has shown interest in knowing about Bitcoin trading from the Winklevoss twins. If Portnoy can influence his followers, then several new traders are likely to enter the crypto space. However, how many of them will stick around for the long term? So now let me see coin market cap. So crypto's at $11,709. You're gonna get a lot of resistance trying to get to 12,000 and then it falling back. But I think once it can get over the hump, then, we can definitely skate to 15,000. And my computer is frozen. I don't know. Can you guys still hear me in the chat? Yeah, I don't know if it's YouTube or what, because as you know, YouTube doesn't allow cryptocurrency content. But if you guys can hear me, please let me know. Okay, let me continue. The DVH markets give a good insight into the expectations of larger traders. Although the sharp drop in Bitcoin price on August 12th led to liquidations of future contracts worth over $1 billion, open interest quickly recovered within 48 hours, suggesting strong accumulation at lower levels. While these are positive signs, Glassnode delivers that a sharp reversal in the U.S. stock markets could help Bitcoin's bull run in its track after forming an inside date candle pattern on August 3rd and 4th. This is what I'm going to move up today, which suggests that the bulls have overpowered the bears. Okay. If the buyers can propel Bitcoin USD pair above $12,113.50, the uptrend is likely to resume. The next target objective to watch on the upside is 13,000 and then 14,000. Well, yeah, and I think that if it, like I said, if it gets past that 12,000, then you can definitely make it to 15, right? Contrary to assumption, if the pair turns down from the $12,113.50 resistance, it could enter a consolidation between $10,400, $12,113.50 for a few days. A break below 10,400 will be a huge negative that's likely to catch several bulls off guard, resulting in liquidations of long positions. So like I said, the 12,000 is going to be key if it can break through that resistance. But with this economy, man, who knows about anything anymore? Okay, so let me look at this right here. Let me look at this. Ether has been sustaining above $366 support and is attempting to gradually inch higher. If the bulls can propel the biggest altcoin above the $400 to $415.63 resistance zone, a rally to $480 is possible. Okay, although the upsloping moving average suggests an advantage for the bulls, the deeply overbought reading on the RSI warrants caution. The failure to break above $415 level could attract profit looking by short-term traders that could pull down Ethereum paired to the $366. A break below this support will be the first sign that bears are making a comeback. Interesting. Below $366, the correction can extend to $346.85 or 86 cents and $325.61, which are 38.2% and 50% Fibonacci retracement levels of the most recent leg of the rally. A bounce from either support will be a positive sign, as this will indicate buying interest at low levels. However, if the bears sink the price below $304.37, a trend change is likely. Interesting. Okay. XRP. Now, you guys know I've been very bullish about XRP. A lot of people think I'm crazy. It's okay. It is what it is. I've already explained why on www.patreon. By the way, let me do that. www.patreon.com. You know what I mean? I don't know. I might post this on Patreon. Who knows? XRP has formed successive inside day candlestick patterns on August the 3rd and 4th, suggesting indecisions among the bulls and bears. However, the bulls have kept the altcoin above 28 cents. Now, let me just say this. And when I was talking to Mr. Smith, and for you, those who are not familiar with Mr. Smith, he is a Bitcoin multimillionaire who I've met locally by happenstance, to be honest. And he always side-eyed me when I was talking about XRP. But XRP for actually right now is in his top 5 list, right? So that tells you something. That tells you something, because he has been very bearish about XRP. Because you guys know me, I've been bullish about XRP for about a year now, and finally he's come around. So interesting. Both moving averages are sloping up, and the RSI is the overbought territory, which suggests that the bulls are in command. If the bulls can push the price above 32 cents, it will increase the possibility of a retest of the overhead resistance at 34 cents. Contrary to the assumption, if the XRP USD pair sinks below 28 cents, it will indicate the momentum has weakened. The next support to watch on the downside is the 20-day exponential moving average. If the pair rebounds off the support, the bulls will again attempt to resume the uptrend. However, the bears sink the price below the 20-day EMA, a deeper correction is likely. So, yeah, interesting. Okay, Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash, man. You know what, man? How do you guys feel about Bitcoin Cash? I don't know, man, but Bitcoin Cash. Let's talk about Bitcoin Cash. Has been sustained above the $280 support for the past 2 days, but the failure to rebound sharply from the level signals a lack of demand at higher levels. The 20-day EMA is sloping up, and the RSI is in the positive category, which suggests that the bulls have the upper hand. A break above the $205 mark level is likely to indicate the up move has resumed. The next level to watch out for is $320 and $353. Conversely, if the bears sink the pair below $280, the 20-day EMA will signal advantage to the bears. Okay, that's what it is. That's what it is. Okay, I appreciate that. Oh, shout out to Tycoon Hama, bro. Hey, I appreciate that, man. He says, thanks for doing the crypto show. Yeah, bro. I mean, thanks, man. I just, I'm just doing research. Like I said, that's why I'm reading this article. So I'm not really saying much. And I'll get to Mr. Smith's top 5 coins here in a moment. And we'll get into that. Shout out to Trojan Magician. Trojan has actually met Mr. Smith, okay? If you guys, I know everybody's like, Solo's Captain, so who's Mr. Smith? Trojan has actually met him. Mr. Smith is real. Also, for those guys who are signed up to the Patreon, if you saw my last episode of Black in Minneapolis, the episode actually is when Trojan stopped by in Minneapolis. That was a year ago, and I got some footage of that too. So BSV, BSV has been oscillating around $227 level for the past 2 days, which suggests that both the bulls and the bears are trying to establish their supremacy. The 20-day EMA, $208.55 is sloping up, and the RSI is in the positive territory, suggesting an advantage to the bulls. They will now try to carry the price to the overhead resistance at $260.86. If the momentum picks up and the buyers are able to scale the BSV USD pair above the resistance and rally to $300, and then $320 is likely. However, the pair turns down from $260.86. The range-bound action is likely to extend for a few more days. A break below the 20-day EMA will signal weakness. Interesting. Litecoin. Oh my gosh. Litecoin, how you have broken my heart. I was so bullish on Litecoin 3 years ago. And then what the hell is his name? Charlie Lee or whatever his name is? Litecoin has never recovered since Lee threw it under the bus, bro. Litecoin just has never recovered. That dude, whatever. Let's continue. Litecoin has been trading in small ranges since the large outside day candlestick pattern on August the 2nd, which suggests a lack of clarity among the bulls and the bears about the next likely direction. If the bulls push the price above $60, a retest of the 64.65 resistance zone is possible. A breakout of the zone will signal resumption of the uptrend. The next target objective on the upside is $75 and then 80 cents. The rising 20-day EMA at $53 and the RSI and the positive territory indicate that bulls have the upper hand. Contrary to assumption, Litecoin USD pair breaks below $55, a drop to the critical support at $51 is possible. A break below this level will tilt advantage in favor of the bears. Yeah, I mean, Litecoin, I'm not as bullish anymore, but we'll see. We'll see. ADA, Cardano, is currently consolidating between 13 to 15 cent levels. Both moving averages are sloping up, which suggests that the trend is up. If the bulls can propel ADA USD pair above the 15 cent to 15.43 whatever resistance zone, it will indicate the bulls have absorbed the selling and have reasserted their dominance. The next target is 17.3 and then 20 cents. However, if the pair turns down from the overhead resistance zone, the range-bound action might extend for a few more days. A breakdown and close below 13 cent signal weakness and can result in a deeper correction to 11 cents. Interesting. Bmb Binance Coin. Who does anybody have Binance Coin? I slept on it when it first came out, I guess, but it is what it is. Binance Coin is on an uptrend, and the momentum has picked up the past few days. The bulls have pushed the price above the $22.93 resistance, which indicates demand at higher levels. The next level to watch out for is 24.4588, and if the resistance also scaled, the rally can extend to 27.19. Both moving averages are sloping up, and the RSI is in the overbought zone, which shows the bulls are in command. Interesting. Contrary to this assumption, if the BMB USD pair turns down from 22.93 to 45 zone, it will suggest that selling at higher levels, a break below the 20-day EMA could result in a deeper correction. Interesting. Okay. Chainlink. Oh man, let me just stop. Everybody loves Chainlink, right? All of a sudden. Everybody loves Chainlink. Yeah. And I will say this. Mr. Smith did put Chainlink in his top 5 as well. Okay. For those who are not familiar, I'll explain more of the coins, what they do that Mr. Smith has in his top 5. If you are a vet, you probably already know what they do. Chainlink surged on August 3rd and broke above the $8 98 resistance, which is a positive sign as it's showing strong demand at higher levels. Although the next target objective is at $11, the bears are currently attempting to stall the move up to $10. The moving averages are sloping up, indicating as an advantage to the bulls. If the bulls buy the dip to $8.908, that will increase the possibility of a resumption of the uptrend. However, the RSI is forming a bearish divergence, which warrants caution. If the bears sink to the price below $8.908, a deeper correction to the 20-day EMA is possible. Interesting. Yeah, Perez. Yeah, that's why I don't talk about crypto. I don't talk about crypto. It's pointless because when I talk about crypto, nobody watches. And so I'll make this video. If you're watching it, you're watching it, but then I'll post it on Patreon because it's waste of my time. But if I talk about big booty white girls, then you guys are all here for it. So that's what people ask me why I don't. It doesn't motivate me or behoove me to give out or talk about crypto or make these type of videos if people aren't going to watch. It's a waste of my time. Crypto.com coin, CRO, formed an outside day candlestick pattern on August the 2nd, which sometimes signals a reversal. This was followed by an inside day candlestick pattern on August 3rd, which indicated the bulls and the bears were indecisive about the next move. Okay, I'm not very familiar with this coin, so maybe somebody can fill me in on CRO. The bears sold aggressively on August 4th and dragged CRO USD pair to the 20-day EMA. That's, nearly 16 cents. The pair has not sustained below their support for more than a day since March 29th. Hence, the bulls are likely to defend it aggressively. If the pair rebounds off the 20-day EMA aggressively, it will indicate the bulls continue to buy the dip to support a break above, 176,596 will resume the uptrend. Conversely, if the bears sink the price below the 20-day EMA, a deeper correction to the 50-day simple moving average is possible. Interesting. Okay, guys, how's everybody doing? Yeah, please hit the like. I mean, if you got 24 people here, please hit the like at least. I appreciate that. Okay, so that is the and by the way, this is Cointelegraph. Let me post the article. I check this website. I used to check it every day, no cap. Now I check it maybe once a week, if that. So I'll post the article. Okay. So now let's do this. Now I'm going to talk about Mr. Smith's top 5 coins, and then, whatever. If somebody wants to chop it up, let me know. And once again, these aren't my picks. These are Mr. Smith's. As you guys know, he's always, this guy, he lives and breathes crypto, man, like literally every day. But if you have as much money as he has, it makes sense, right? Makes super duper sense. Okay, number 5. Let's start with number 5. By the way, before we begin, I must be clear. This is not financial advice. I am not a guru. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a YouTuber telling you about another guy's top 5 coins, okay? If you look to seek financial advice, we recommend that you deal with a professional that is certified and understands cryptocurrency. Once again, this is not financial advice here. So here I go. All right, now that we got that out the way. Now, number 5. Number 5, kind of, I'm not going to lie, man, bro. When Mr. Smith said number 5, I was like, what? You must be trolling. You must be trolling. Because number 5, hold on. Number 5, let me just go down. Number 5, Zcash. Yes, Zcash, okay? Now, Zcash helps in regards to, privacy transaction. Obviously, with Zcash, 90% of people don't want people to know what they're doing with their money, especially with crypto people, right? So Zcash is Mr. Smith's number 5 option here. Hold on, let me just do this right here. Let's take a look at Zcash. Mr. Smith likes privacy. I think a lot of people do, right? And with regulations to basically, as you know, the government is trying to get their hands into cryptocurrency. Don't be surprised, guys, with what isn't the government now coming up with their own coin? And now you're hearing about money, shortages of coins, and some businesses aren't accepting cash. I went to where did I go the other day? I forgot where I went. I think I went to a restaurant, and they said I went to Wendy's. Yes, I went to Wendy's. And Wendy's, they're like, yo, we're not taking no cash, bro. We're only taking credit cards or debit cards, right? And then I was thinking, you know what? Soon they're going to be taking cryptocurrency as well. Now, where's Zcash at right now? 94.45. Okay. Now, Mr. Smith says that 3 months ago, Zcash was at $40, right? Now it's at 94.45. And Mr. Smith thinks that Zcash will, in the next 3 months, go all the way up to $150. You feel me? Wait. I know he's simping, but even your soul feels that simping. Tim, what was he simping about? Are you talking about that marriage stream? I didn't watch it, the whole stream. I was there for a little bit, but what was he simping about? By the way, if anybody wants to come up on the stream, I'll let cats come on because this is a crypto stream. I know we're not talking about big booty hoes. So if anybody wants the link after I'm done, I'll shoot the link. And shout out to Perez for the $5 Cash App. I appreciate that a lot, bro. That means a lot. So number 5 is Zcash. Anybody familiar with Zcash in the chat? Let me know. And so one thing Mr. Smith asked me to tell you guys is that when you look at this, would you rather invest your money in traditional stock or cryptocurrency? No traditional stock has the upside that cryptocurrency has, right? And when you look at it right now, in regards to stock, and once again, I'm not a financial advisor, but you want to put your money into anything that's technology driven, right? And when I say technology driven, look at like Apple right now. Look at look at Amazon right now. Look at all these companies that are just making buku dollars, right? For you Negroes that thought, oh, let's put more money in toilet paper, good luck with that. You know what I mean? Tim Alexander, okay, I see you. Okay, so Zcash, circulating supply. Okay. And then you see the market cap right here. And so here's the thing. I like to look at the graphs. And no, guys, I'm not you know how some guys is like, here's the resistance, and here's the little wedge, and here's the little candlestick. And if it goes this way, listen, I don't do all that, bro. Look, if I knew, I'd be a millionaire right now, man. You feel me? I just look at the graph, and I like to look at the upside, the trends, and just look at that and maybe see a pattern. Now whoosh, Zcap, looks like, it's about to go astronaut, right? And so that's the thing about Zcash. And of course, do your own research, guys. Okay, I'm gonna have to clearly look at Zcash more because I'm not that familiar with Zcash. Number 4. What did he say was number 4? Number 4. Hold on, let me see if I can find number 4. I think number 4 was, yeah, okay, that's number 4. Hold on a second. Number 4 is Bitcoin SV, okay? Now here's also known as BSV, obviously. Ranked number 6 currently, okay? Now Bitcoin SV or BSV is harder to use. Wait, excuse me, Bitcoin. Okay, let me stop. Bitcoin is harder to use and will take longer to process on the blockchain. and transaction fees are higher. So BSV gets around that, right? And it's got better, it's known as scalability, right? If I'm not mistaken. So it's got better scalability than Bitcoin. And the price is also lower for guys like myself who may not have, $11,700 right now. So this is BSV. I always like to look at the circulating supply and then the market cap, just to see where the numbers are at currently. So that's number 4. Yeah, Jace Riggs, BSV. That surprised me as well. But once again, these are not mine. Okay, BSV, Satoshi's vision stemmed from a hard fork that split Bitcoin Cash into 2 different digital currencies on November the 15th of 2018. Okay, what is the difference between Bitcoin Cash and BSV? Okay, over differences in opinion about proposed technical updates to Bitcoin Cash protocol. I've never been a fan of Bitcoin Cash. I don't know why. I really don't know why. So that's number 4, BSV. Trojan says Bitcoin Cash will do better than Bitcoin BSV. You think so? Okay. Victor Hernandez says you don't have to buy a whole coin. Yeah, brother, I know, brother. I know. Brother, I'm not, I know, brother. I know. Trust me. I have bought many a coin. I used to make videos on this channel on how to buy crypto. I was so crazy. I would buy video on the channel and then upload the video. I won't be doing that no more. The hackers have gotten too good. Hell, the hackers might look at me like, yo, for real. Okay, number 3. Number 3, is anybody really surprised? Everybody's darling, Chainlink, right? And Chainlink, I started noticing Chainlink maybe a month or so ago, because all of a sudden, because anybody who follows me on Twitter, I follow a lot of crypto guys. Like most of my Twitter, either I'm just rambling about whimsical things or I'm talking about crypto on Twitter. So all of a sudden, a month ago, everybody was just Chainlink, right? And I'm like, what is it about Chainlink, right? So basically, Chainlink can do everything Ethereum can do using smart contracts. Everybody loves smart contracts. It seems like, what's his name? The guy who came up with Ethereum, is his name Vitalik something? I don't know. It seems like, is he running out of ideas? I don't know. Mr. Smith likes the smart contracts of Chainlink and accuracy of contract usage better than Ethereum. 3 months ago, it was at $3. Right now, it's at $9.82. Okay, everybody's bullish about Chainlink. A lot of people are bullish about Chainlink. Vitalik Buterin, yeah, thank you, JC Riggs. Okay, now I'll be honest, guys, and this is how you know I've been out of crypto. I've heard of Chainlink, but I just didn't do the research. And so you're telling me if this was 3 months ago, it was $3 and now it's $9.82? Wow. Let me just take a look. So what, 3 months ago was May? Golly, bro. It was, well, what's today's date, guys? Today's the 8th? Somebody let me know the date. I think it's the 8th, but hold on one second. Let me just do this. So May the 8th, it was at 389, right? And now it's at 982. Okay. Today's the 5th. Okay, see, that's how you guys can tell. I have not been getting any sleep. Forgive me, guys. So May the 5th, blah, 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 blah. Hold on one second. Oh, okay, I keep missing it. Let's just do it like this. And by the way, I'm just looking at the prices. I'm not really, checking for nothing. 367. Wow. And now it's at 982. That's amazing. That's pretty good. Solo's EOS on that list Mr. Smith gave you. Thanks for the crypto show. $5 Sight Beyond Sight. Oh, Sight Beyond Sight. Are you an EOS fan? I don't know. Some people call it EOS. Some people call it EOS. Let me know, Scipion, site, and thank you. Appreciate that. Now, I mean, if anybody wants to hop on after I'm done, just hit 1. Let me know. I'll bring you on. I'm not gonna charge anybody because this ain't no big booty high demand show. So I'll drop the link, but we're not talking about no booty. We're talking about crypto today, right? Okay, so number 2. Yeah, so I got to do my research on Chainlink. I definitely have been snoozing on Chainlink. That's unfortunate. So let me do number 2 real quick, and then I don't know, anybody wants to jump on. I'll throw the link, and then we can talk about crypto. But please know what you're talking about. Don't be just a guy you just want to hop on just to hop on. I will kick you off. Okay, so let's do number 2. Number two. Okay, we're already at number 2. Now, number 2, you guys already know. Number 2 is my baby, Ripple. Okay, that's right. Your boy Solo came up. Now, I mean, I've been copping Ripple since it was like 17 cents, bruh. Now it's at 30 cents. Ripple, the MoneyGram deal, very bullish on that. I think I made a video on it. Was that on YouTube? I don't know, but the MoneyGram deal, very bullish on that. And then Ripple has been going down, but I've been investing in Ripple since 17 cents, and I'm still bullish on Ripple. Now, I mean, I love Ripple, high scalability, and the fact that Mr. Smith had it at number 2, because Mr. Smith hates Ripple. He never cared for Ripple, and I would always talk about Ripple, and he's like, you don't know what you're talking about, bro. Shout out to XRP, bro. You know what I mean? So I'm all about Ripple, bro. You feel me? Get you some Ripple. So yeah, it's I like to buy my coins low. Like I said, I don't have a lot of cash to just throw at these things. And then number 1, let's do number 1 real quick. What do you guys think number 1 is gonna be? Hold on, I'll let you guys guess while I sip on this water. XRP and XLM are very long-term holds. Yeah. And I've got both of them. Like I said, anybody who asks me what my strategy hasn't changed, guys. My strategy has not changed since since I started. I'm in it for the long game, bruh. Like, so those are very long holds. So, Oh wait, and guys, actually there was a tie for number 5. Oh, I got to go back to number 5. So number 5 was hold on one second. Let me bring Tayokin in. Please put yourself on mute, bro, as I finish my part of the show. Number 5, guys, there was another coin that was at number 5 that I forgot to mention is Monero, that Mr. Smith likes, right? Now, if you look at Monero 3 months ago, know what I'm saying? Where was it at in May? Was it 60.86? Now it's at 90.15. And that's a privacy coin too, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah, I don't think that's, I think it's a privacy coin, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, it's a privacy secure and traceable currency. I think I have Monero, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't know. I bought a bunch of coins, so I'm just like, whatever. All right. And then let me just give you guys number 1 real quick. And then shout out to the brothers jumping on the stream. We can talk some crypto. Now, I mean, 37 people here. But if it was big booty white girls, we would have 200 people in the chat. Okay, so number 1, let me do number 1 real quick. And number 1 kind of surprised me that Mr. Smith picked this as number 1, right? Hold on one second. Let me just go back here. Because when he said that as number 1, I was like, what? Number one, what do you guys think number one is in the chat? Somebody says Ethereum, Cardano, Bitcoin, or ADA, ADA. Okay, so number one is EOS or EOS, you know, however you guys pronounce it. And so Mr. Smith is very bullish on this. The reason why, I asked him why, because I was surprised. He's very, very bullish on the team. He says that the developers are very dedicated, you know, dedicated to the project, and they also update on the project quite frequently, which is a very good sign that they're of their dedication. So he's very bullish on the team. EOS or EOS, whatever you call it, is similar as Ethereum. It deals with smart contracts, but what makes it different is you get free transactions, right? So some of these have transaction fees and EOS doesn't. And it revivals Ripple, basically. So those are Mr. Smith's top 5 coins for right now. Let me run them back real quick, and then we'll say what's up to the people who hopped on the panel. So number 5 is a tie between Zcash and Monero. Number 4 is BSV. Number 3 is Chainlink. Number 2 is Ripple, and number 1 is EOS. What's going on, guys? What's going on?
Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
Hey, I'm good, bro. How you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm glad you did the crypto show because you mentioned it the other day, and I was looking forward. I was hoping you'd do one, so much appreciated.
Yeah, you know, I really don't do crypto shows a lot because everybody thinks it's a scam, or then people don't really watch it. What is your take on crypto? Have you been in crypto in a while, or what's your take on what's going on right now?
Well, I'll be honest. I'll keep it real with you, man. I'm a beginner in this, and if you said, you know, no beginners, that's fine. I'll hop off. But I said I noticed in the chat a couple of other people.
You can hop on, bro. Anybody who's willing to learn or is learning, I'm all about it, man. Let's talk crypto. I'm just saying we're not talking about no big booty chicks on this stream. This is a crypto stream, so you know.
Yeah, but I feel like a lot of people in the manosphere, especially black men, we need this information. I mean, we're doing a lot better, but we need to invest our money and get stuff going in different pockets. You know what I mean? Like, I want to, this stimulus check comes in, I want some crypto and I want some gold. Like, I'm trying to make sure I can, you know what I mean, survive out here, to be real. So, yeah.
Sounds good. Trojan, bro, what's going on, man? What cryptos are you bullish on? Did Mr. Smith's list surprise you? And by the way, Trojan, let these guys know about Trojan, by the way, has met me and Mr. Smith. Trojan, let these guys know if Mr. Smith is for real or not, bro. Because Trojan, and I've got the footage on Patreon, so you guys know I'm not capping. But Trojan, go ahead, bro. Let them know what you saw when you met Mr. Smith and what it really was.
Yeah, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, bro. It's on you.
Awesome. So yeah, no, I remember I went to Minneapolis. I met Mr. Smith. Man, that dude was, I sat in the Bentley, got the whole experience. I remember y'all were talking about crypto. And I remember since then, I actually sold a lot of my silver for crypto, and I've been researching like crazy. There are a lot of cryptos that Mr. Smith hasn't mentioned. I'm surprised he hasn't mentioned them because they're like the huge talk of the sphere right now. I can tell you which ones I'm most bullish on. So have you heard of
Trojan? I did post. Hold on, let me just do a screen share. Because Mr. Smith sent me a screenshot of cryptos he's currently watching, and I shared it on my community wall. But nobody.
Yeah, I seen it.
You know, and go ahead with your picks, man. Or what you're bullish on right now, and why too.
So. Yeah, so pretty much I've been watching the news lately, and what's been going on is Tron and EOS. Interesting thing's been happening is members from those teams have been moving to the Cardano team. Cardano released their white paper before their Shelley mainnet launch. That was on July 29th, I believe, and the launch was crazy. their dissection of how they're going to create the future of currency and how they're going to scale it and their technology to scale it, it was almost on par with Ethereum. It was like, it sounded like they were going to blow Ethereum out the water. And I feel like Cardano is going to be a really good pick in the future, mainly because their team and their technology. The thing is, if Mr. Smith is very bullish on the EOS team, then he's going to be really bullish on Cardano. So I'm not surprised. I've seen that in his portfolio. The next one I'm very bullish on is Digi Byte. Digi Byte is pretty much, it's mostly like a security coin, but it's pretty much like Litecoin and Bitcoin, but the network is way fast. Like if you've seen the transactions, the moment you press the button, the money appears on the other phone. The coins appears on the other phone. It's lightning speed. And then also, they said the blockchain is built on the same encryption as nuclear launch codes. That's how secure the network is. They've been fighting to get on Coinbase. We know that if they go on Coinbase, the price is going to pump without a bull run. It doesn't even need a bull run to pump if it gets posted on Coinbase. And Digibyte is very close to being posted because it has been impressing people with the price. It went a 500x since 2017 in terms of price. But it's hard for people to see because when it's like 0.001 cents and it jumps to 1 cent, that's a huge jump. But people don't really notice that because it's like, you know, it's like cents to cents. But really, it's like it just did like a whole like 100x or 1000x in that amount of time. Would you like me to keep going? Am I going too long? Sorry, I know I'm long-winded when it comes to this stuff.
Yeah, bro, keep going, bro. I'm just sharing I'm just trying to figure out a way to share this here. But yeah,
Okay,
bro, keep going.
All right, and one huge one you guys need to pay attention to is Theta, Theta. Theta is pretty much a protocol that is trying to create a decentralized video platform that is going to sell or save bandwidth to prevent like bad loading times on computers, and also to save a lot of money with major media corporations, and to pretty much create a centralized platform that could probably even compete with YouTube. They've downloaded it and they made a partnership with Samsung. They made a partnership with Sony, and they're working on partnerships with other places like NASA, MGM, and a lot of Chinese companies overseas. It's going to be really huge. They're like, a lot of people are calling it the YouTube killer. Pretty much you watch videos and you earn tokens. And pretty much it's like YouTube. Like if you were to watch enough videos, you could pretty much like super chat with the tokens that you earned by watching the videos. So pretty much it's going to be forcing liquidity into the market. So if you earn those tokens, you hold on to those, you could possibly have like double digits, or like when the coin goes to double digits, it's going to make you a ton of money. Because today Theta is only 30 cents. And right now it's killing it with the partnerships. It made a partnership with Google Cloud to hold their tokens and to stake their tokens. And also it's proof of stake, so you can earn money by staking on a node. And that coin is absolutely going to sweep the floor with a lot of the other coins because of the use case. It's a needed coin, and its technology is going to be integrated in very mainstream networks like, you know, Sony's smart TVs, and then Samsung Galaxy devices.
Trojan, not to cut you off. Is that the XTZ coin you're talking about right now?
No, I'm talking about Theta, Theta.
Okay.
It's not on Coinbase yet, but you could look it up. Like you can't buy it on Coinbase, but you can look it up on Coinbase. It has made a 10x move since March, and it's
Coinbase.
forecast.
We've moved past Coinbase by now, I hope. But for the beginner, I'm not judging you, but I hope you have moved past Coinbase. But continue.
Yeah, so pretty much Theta is, a lot of people are sleeping on it. They're not looking at it because the price, it's really small. But to make a partnership with Samsung, Sony, Google, and all of these ridiculous platforms in such a short amount of time, to, you know, have a proof of stake network that is functioning so efficiently and well in such a short amount of time. And then also the developers are ridiculously smart. Their white papers are very impressive. Their technology is very impressive. Even Google's CEO was like, I love the technology, but I don't know about this cryptocurrency thing. And, you know, it sucks for him because cryptocurrency is the future, but it comes with the technology. So imagine a YouTube platform where people earn tokens by watching your videos and they can super chat you with those tokens. But those tokens is also cryptocurrency. So then you just hold on to those.
Isn't that what BitChute was supposed to be? Or mine?
No. So a lot of those platforms are crypto lending platforms. That's totally different from staking. Crypto lending is pretty much you hand them over your private keys and they
But
earn you money.
Mine's is a video platform that pays in their own cryptocurrency.
Oh no. So Theta is pretty much it's supplying bandwidth. It's not just a video platform. It's more so selling the bandwidth. Like their technology is you download a Theta node and you're staking coins on the node. The node is securing the network and the blockchain as if it's mining, you know? So it's securing the blockchain. And by that securement of the blockchain, it is helping people around the world watch videos with better loading times, more data being stored for less money. So places like, you know, Disney, streaming services like Netflix, even YouTube could greatly benefit from the technology that Theta is creating. And that's why it jumped 10x in 1 month. And it's been holding a new resistance level since. And it's even testing a new resistance level. And when this bull run comes, it's going to raise it up really high. People need to look at Theta. I mean, a lot of people are just so blinded by these first and second generation cryptos that their technology is great. It's going to be integrated, but their ceiling for price accumulation it's sort of drying out. But these new coins have so much to give. They're working so hard. They have so much to offer, and their technology is just building. It's just the beginning for them. You know, they're starting their partnerships. Theta just got a partnership with Google a couple months ago, you know, and they're planning on making this huge. Like this is going to be a network supplying bandwidth for video delivery all over the world. That's what they want to do. And if people are holding on to a token like that and it becomes mainstream, and also people are going to be using their network with the smart TVs and not even knowing it. So you got to get into Theta. Theta is going to be a very powerful network.
So for someone that's in the beginning of investing and they're excited, because I'm excited hearing about Theta being at 30 cents, because this sounds like one of those stories for real, where like it starts at 30 cents when it becomes big. But here's my question. As a, not for nothing, but as a total beginner, just representing the beginners. So I'm hype and I'm like, okay, I want to buy some stock. Let's say that like you, not some stock, some Bitcoin, you buy it and then it increases in value. Do you get money every month from it, or do you only get it if you sell it back? Like earlier, there was one that was $94. If you buy that and then it really does go up to 150, like does that $50, $60, do you get that in more Bitcoin, or how do those things work? How do you get the profit back, I guess?
So that,
yeah, go ahead, Trojan.
okay, so that's pretty much when you do dollar cost averaging, that's pretty much where you're putting a set amount of money and you're not focusing on just throwing it all in at one time. So it's actually going to spread out, and then you're going to have a unique sort of price of what Bitcoin costed for you, because Bitcoin costed everybody a different price. So if you were buying when it was really low, it was hovering between like 7 and 6,000. Your average price for Bitcoin is a lot lower than a lot of the people who are jumping in now. So as you can see, Bitcoin is not falling below 8,000 or 9,000 anytime soon. So what that means is, yes, you will keep any profits that were gained if your average portfolio price is above that 9,000 resistance level that Bitcoin will not be falling to. And that's pretty much how you make money through cryptocurrency. And then there's also proof of stake, which is getting very popular, where you can stake tokens, and staking is literally just holding your coins in a place and getting money for it, because it helps secure the network. Tezos,
Oh, okay.
yeah, Tezos, Theta, Ethereum is trying to start staking. As you can see, a lot of the old coins are like, they're like old rappers or old like hip hop and R&B artists. They're adapting to what the new ones are doing. So Theta hopped out the cut with an elaborate plan of staking, which was absolutely genius. Their technology was amazing. Now you see a lot of the older networks are following that. So I really think if you guys look at these new tokens that are coming out with this ridiculously innovative and efficient technology, you'll find out that it's a much better steal to buy $100 worth of Theta than to buy $100 worth of Ethereum. Just my opinion.
Also, real quick, I just pulled up the screenshot that Mr. Smith sent me, Trojan, for you. So these are the coins that he is looking at too, besides the top 5 that I mentioned.
Man, I could break these all down, but we won't have time for that.
Yeah,
I can give you summaries.
No problem. So let's JC Riggs, we got you on as well. Welcome, brother. What would you like to say today?
Well, I like to say that I'm happy you're doing this show. You're one of the main reasons I got into crypto in the first place.
Come on, get out of here, bro. Come on, it wasn't because of me. Come on, man.
Well, you are the only reason, but you're one of the main inspirations. I bought some for my
appreciate that.
I bought some for my birthday earlier this year, and I must say my portfolio is doing quite well. I like, what was it, Trojan? I like what Trojan had to say. I see he's very well versed in cryptocurrency. If I had to pick one of the currencies,
Trojan is going to be the point, man. Because, like I said, guys, I've been kind of off the wagon, so I'm reading articles, trying to get caught up because everybody, it seems like crypto has been booming, and I kind of been worried about other things with this COVID. But I didn't mean to cut you off, bro. I just wanted to interject that real quick.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I've been following this stuff every day because I put a lot of money into this stuff, but I was just letting Trojan get his chance to speak because he's long-winded, as he said. So one of the coins I'm very bullish in this upcoming run is VeChain, actually.
Okay, and why is that?
Well, what VeChain does is it works with the supply chain. Like, for instance, you know how everyone's worried about counterfeit goods being sold in like little China or downtown markets like that, like counterfeit Louis, counterfeit Gucci stuff. Well, what VeChain is supposed to do is they're working with different companies to create these markers that track supplies from when they're first produced to when they reach the store, so you could follow them all the way throughout their supply chain and distribution process. And it's supposed to help streamline the distribution process, making it more efficient, which makes it cheaper, which saves a lot of companies money in the long run, which in turn looks better on VeChain. They have partnerships with companies, Nike, with Walmart, and they have a lot of top investors backing them up as well. They're kind of quiet, so I'm going to be honest with you, but they've also seen like massive gains last few months, and they'll also earn Euro by holding it, whether it's in a wallet or a wallet that supports VeChain. So that's one of the main coins I've been looking out for this current season.
Okay, and Cozy 212, what's going on with you, man? What coins are you bullish on, man? What's up?
Hey, what's up, man? I'm actually bullish on the same ones Trojan just mentioned. VeChain, Cardano, Theta. Everything he said was super spot on. And it's a good thing he said that because it's something that not a lot of people are talking about. Most people are just saying, hey, I'm just going to throw my money at Ethereum, or hey, I'm just going to throw my money at Bitcoin and get, a fraction of Bitcoin, when that's not even really going to make you any money out here. Outside of seeing what used to work, you really want to pay attention to use cases. That's going to be the more important thing going forward. Most of these coins out here, if you look at them, honestly, they're just copies of Litecoin, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. We don't really need carbon copies of the same coin. Look and do your research on what's actually going to provide a service or a use case that's actually going to do something. VeChain is one of them. Theta is one of them. Cardano is, while it was birthed from Ethereum, in my opinion, I think in the long run, it's actually going to kill it simply because it was built better. Way more thought was put into it for scalability. And Ethereum, we're still waiting on Ethereum 2.0. Cardano is pretty much almost finished. Once the next phase comes out, all they have to do is build dApps on top of it and go forward. They don't have to worry about stopping it going. And also, they develop a lot better than Ethereum, in my opinion, because Ethereum, they'll release news, but you'll see a lot of backpedal because it's not fully finished. Whereas Cardano, they only announce and drop news when everything is actually ready to go. So Cardano's small right now, but just like Theta, it is going to take off very quickly.
Hold on. I'm sorry, Cozy. I got to say this. This makes me smile. Jordan Coleman says, man, when Bitcoin 10x on y'all, LMAO, y'all won't be talking about the OG. That's funny. All right. Perez, what's going on, bro? I haven't seen you in a while. Where have you been, man?
I've been putting in that work.
That's what's up, Perez. That's what's up. Are you in crypto now, Perez? Or what's going on, bro?
Yeah, I am. Just a little bit. Just got my toe in the water. That's about it. Yeah, I've been keeping my head low. And I've been doing a lot of study. I'm not as well versed as in crypto as I would like to be, but I understand the underlying concepts. So what Cozy just said is exactly on point with what I would have said. And what I do when I do the research, and it's real crazy because we're still in that middle period where you have to do research into the protocols, and how the protocols are constructed is what you got to see. How, once you understand the protocol, who's behind it is important. One of my favorite movies of all time when I was a kid was Tron, and that is Tron cryptocurrency. But when you look at the kids who runs it, it's just hype, and it's something that people really shouldn't get into and really shouldn't touch. It's just there for, pump and dump and, moving of wealth around. But yeah, things of value. That's why I like Chainlink. You were just mentioning this other new one, VeChain. I didn't even know about that, but that is a key ingredient, is that blockchain technology or cryptography has the ability to stop fraud and basically create transparency. And whatever's going to create transparency is what's going to create value, and that's going to move this whole ship forward. That's what I'm into. Oh, but one thing that I want to tell everybody about who you might not have known about is EWT, Energy Web Token. Y'all mofos, if y'all don't know, y'all need to get on this. Now, I know I'm going to seem like I'm hyping it, and I want y'all to pump it, but I really don't care. Y'all need to buy this, but like after I buy a huge chunk first. But Energy Web Token,
you funny, bro. You funny.
Y'all gotta get up on Energy Web Token because it is connected to Tesla in a roundabout way. Okay, Energy Web Token is a blockchain that is connected to electricity globally. When you go to the Energy Web Token website, you look up the companies that are supporting this, and you see the connections. Eventually, you will find Tesla as a part of that. And recently, a month ago, Tesla actually did an official announcement where they were talking about this new form of energy marketplace, but they didn't mention EWT. They were just saying, hey, we're at this marketplace, and you can basically plug your Tesla into your house and then suck energy out of that and then feed that back into the power grid. And then you can get the solar roof and then pump that back in there. And then, there's this little marketplace, but they didn't mention no money. They were just saying, hey, we made this application to deal with money. But EWT is the most likely candidate that's going to be a part of that. Ledger, if you go on Ledger's website, they have this little what you call it's like a Internet of Things, but it's basically a device that's going to piggyback off of new what you call it power meters, and you'll be able to basically make money off of those. They haven't fully unveiled this stuff yet, but when you connect the dots, it's just like land right there. And yeah, EWT is something I would definitely recommend people check out. I got a Ledger on the way right now. I already own some EWT, but I want to get it through Ledger because they have like a little app for that. But I would recommend people check that out. But again, this is a blockchain that's backed by something of value, electricity, which is a resource, and we're only using more of it. You know.
Okay. All right.
So
Hold on, before somebody goes next, let me read the super chat real quick. Thank you guys, by the way. Solo, I forgot about crypto too until December 19 when I heard about the halving. I would invest thousands of multiple coins several months later. Salute to you. Yeah, and it's not that I forgot about crypto. It's just kind of like, with everything that's been going on, I've kind of focused my resources into just, trying to do some other things. I mean, I've been still putting in money here and there. Tyokan just asked in the chat, in the private chat, and Trojan, if you want to answer, he says, "Is gold worth it, or should I focus on Theta or Feather, however you say it?"
So
and
pretty much.
For the donation, appreciate you.
All right. So pretty much, gold and silver are very much needed. As you can see in Venezuela, when they had their economic collapse, gold could buy a house, and one silver coin could buy 3 to 6 months worth of food. So it is very, very valuable, but it's only really valuable when there's an economic collapse. But as you can see, we're having one, so that's why the prices are running. Pretty much the issue with gold and silver, when it's compared to cryptocurrency, is that gold and silver would make, 10x, probably 100x if the society gets really messed up. But crypto is going to be going 100x to 1000x based on its use case and its technology. Because at the end of the day, there's only a limited amount of gold and silver. Once those spots get filled, the price won't go up anymore because the government has to manipulate those assets to protect their dollars and their fiat currencies. So pretty much all the liquidity is going to start flooding to crypto because people are going to have money to buy gold and silver, but they're not going to be able to find it. And what do? They're going to be like, I got to get out of dollars. I got to get out of fiat, which is what happened in Venezuela. So they were like, you know what, let me get crypto. And then all of a sudden crypto's reflecting prices that are even better than gold and silver. And that's what I believe will happen in the long run. Because if you think about it, Theta, if you get into Theta or Cardano or VeChain, that is an amazing one. Or Digi Byte or Zilliqa, those tokens are going to go probably 1000x in the future because they're going to be used for future payment systems when the economy goes down. Now, gold and silver may be used, but very few people can get those. So the liquidity is going to be capped at a certain point. Now, the banks won't let those run any higher because if they do, it would absolutely destroy the bank, millions and millions of people's retirements and 401ks, and just decimate the economy. So they can't do that. They can't put gold and silver higher, but cryptos can go as high as it's needed for its use case.
And I will say this, Trojan, and I'm not trying to divert the topic, but I have a buddy of mine who works for a pretty big, meat company. He's like a pretty big deal over there. And he basically told me, Solo, stock up on food. There's going to be a food shortage coming here real soon. And I know a lot of people say I'm crazy, but you already seen it. I mean, Wendy's can't get beef, grocery stores. I don't know how it is in you guys' area. But Trojan, let me ask you this. Do you think that if there is a food crisis coming around the world, will that affect crypto in a negative way, or my crypto may benefit from this?
This is actually a pretty sad topic because The food shortage isn't coming. It's already here. If you see the pictures of the farms, they've been flooded. They've had terrible crops due to the winter, freezing up all the crops. Coronavirus pretty much just expanded what was already there. So 2021, we are going to have another crash because what just happened in March, we just printed ourselves out of it. But the numbers were so ridiculous that it's going to be really bad. It's going to blow up. This bubble is going to blow up. And what's going to happen is gold and silver are going to shoot up. I told everybody once gold passes $2,000, it's going to run to $5,000 very quickly, like in a couple months. And silver is going to run to at least $150. But they're going to have to cap those. Now, cryptos, people are going to run to cryptos because they're going to see their life savings value go down. Look at it. They're giving everybody a stimulus check. They're giving the banks like billions of dollars. And as you can see, they're holding people's stimulus checks in the bank so they can earn interest on it. It was a very sneaky way for the banks to get a bailout. They were just holding your stimulus check for a little bit longer so they can get interest on it. They get, 2 cents from every single person. Boom, there's your millions of dollars they needed for their bailout. But the thing is, people are not going to take that crap anymore.
Cut you off, Trojan, but I just saw somebody mention that they already got a second stimulus, or is he reaching? Because I don't remember that. Did they pass it? Because he said, "Oh, I found my stimulus money in a bank account," or is it? I don't know. Because I think he may have just gotten this the first round just now, right? Or did they pass the second one already? Because I didn't hear anything about a second one being passed.
They passed the second one.
Oh, they did.
They trying to. I don't know if anybody got the second one, but they did it because the new one. So like, remember they had the CARES Act, and then the second one had another acronym, and now this one's called it starts with an H, I think. Let me Google it.
One of them was the Heroes Act. I don't know if that's the one that.
Oh, go ahead, Tayokin, and then Trojan, you can finish what you were saying. Sorry about that.
Oh, no. Sorry, I was just saying one of them was the Heroes Act. So, yeah.
Okay.
No. So, I mean, pretty much what I'm saying is this economic collapse that we had was a warning shot. This was a warning shot. And if you don't have gold and silver, you have a chance to get cryptos. And if you don't got cryptos, you got to get some because the post-halving bull run is supposed to happen next year. If we're having the bull run this early, that's I mean, it's a good sign for us, but it's a bad sign for everybody else who's not in crypto. And you're going to see if this economy gets worse and people start running to crypto because they're scared of what the dollar is doing, it's going to make crypto go up, but you're going to look around and, it's going to be pretty scary. Just one more quote. It's a pretty dark quote, but it's going to be pretty real. I was talking with somebody, a coin dealer, and I was like, do you think we're going to see like $1,000 silver? He was like, it'll be awesome, but if you get $1,000 silver, just look up and look around you. You probably wouldn't like that world.
Mm-hmm.
And Trojan, did you hear what happened to the dollar, bro? Whew.
Yeah, if you look at the debt clock, the dollar is being printed out of value. That's why it's essential for people to go to cryptos and gold and silver more than ever. But the people who are going to miss out, they're going to miss out. I mean, there's going to be a new class of people that are going to be even under poor people called the abandoned class. These are going to be people who only had money in these fiat accounts. And when the government rips that rug from under them, they're going to lose everything. And it's going to be really sad. We're going to be millionaires because they're going to build a new financial network as a digital dollar. And they're going to build it under these cryptocurrencies.
The government is already like prepping their own digital coin, or I don't know what it's called, but yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Solo. They are acting like they're more ahead than they really are. The government is absolutely clueless to blockchain, and you can tell that because the USD coin was built under Ethereum's blockchain. Why couldn't they build their own blockchain? The answer is because they don't even understand blockchain technology, but they like to pretend like they do. They love
Yep.
to scare people and say Bitcoin is gonna be taken out or made illegal. They don't have the technology to make it illegal, and they wish they could. But China's actually doing a lot better than us right now, which is pretty sad.
And I don't know if you guys heard the news, but Putin, from what I heard today, and I check all my crypto news on Twitter because I follow my favorite content creators on Twitter and they post a lot. But Putin now made it legit, or that you can buy cryptocurrency in Russia, because Russia, they weren't too hot about it, and now yeah. So, but of course, with Putin, they might put out their own coin, call it rip-off coin, and he might try to rip off his people. Who knows, man?
Oh, I was gonna throw my 2 cents in there and say, they don't understand cryptocurrency, but they do know how to legally encroach on it, and that's what they've been planning to do. I can't remember all the details, but there are certain things that are going on in New York State where they are trying to legally encroach on cryptocurrency. And another thing is that they've been moving chess pieces behind the scenes that people aren't aware of. Where, for example, I'll give people this: most people don't even know what who the comptroller is of the U.S. currency, but the current comptroller, he's currently acting comptroller of the U.S. currency, is this guy named Brian Brooks. He is one of the original guys who used to work at Coinbase. They put him in the government first, and then like 2 months later, he's like, oh, suddenly he's acting comptroller. That's called chess pieces being moved. He knows cryptocurrency inside and out. He's a lawyer, and they put him there so that he can do his job, which is help create the official U.S. cryptocurrency. Because what you guys I think you guys already know this. To me, this is a planned reset. They know the game is whack, so they're not going to try to fix this game. They're going to abandon this game for a new one, and the new one is going to be cryptocurrency. This is why Bitcoin came out, and they wanted everybody to get into it, because it's like, oh, we can't force this upon people. We have to give it to you freely and then make you get in love with it. And then once you got hooked on it, then we come out with our stuff. We come up with our stuff, and then we hook you into it. So this is what they're trying to do and move stuff around. So Brian Brooks is the key man who's going to be a part of that. And of course, he's looking out for his people back at Coinbase, because he's looking to make some moves over in the government, which is going to help him out on the back end, because Coinbase is at the head of that list to be connected to the U.S. government and this new currency angle that they're going to try to push. So yeah, they don't know the technology, but they know the nerds. Nerds to pick.
Anybody, Trojan or Cozy, anybody else want to jump in with this food shortage, right? And I know a lot of people. I posted on my wall, and people say I was bugging. People say, Solo, what are you trying to be, Nostradamus now? And it's kind of like, when I say I have a reliable source, guys, I'm not here to make stuff up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to lie. I know, I like to joke a lot, but you see me a stream like this, I'm not doing a lot of jokes. This is a very serious topic, and I think this is very important. Everybody's worried about big booty chicks and feminism. Guess what, guys? When the economy crashes, right, Trojan, next year, and you got your money in crypto, you can have all the big booty chicks you want. I promise. You can get it for cheap. A cheeseburger and half a bottle of water. Facts. That's all I got to say.
Like Coin Lisa, man.
Yeah, cool.
Like Coin Lisa.
But
I mean, there's been a running joke. Sorry.
Oh yeah, just to follow up on
that,
what. No problem. But just to follow up on what Trojan said and what JP Jr. said, it's gonna be way more than crypto. I myself, I'm a coder. I do web development. I also dabble in a lot of cybersecurity stuff. I pay very heavy attention to the tech industry. All of this stuff is going to come full circle. I don't know if you guys ever heard of the term fourth industrial revolution. Mm-hmm. All of this stuff is a part of it.
Facts.
All right. You need to pay attention to this stuff. I understand there's all this other stuff going on in the news, Will Smith getting thrown out the frame, and all this other stuff going on, but you need to start paying attention. It's about to get extremely serious out here. All right. The recession of 2008 was nothing. When you can't find a job out here because you don't have any skills, all right? When you don't have any money because the paper money you had is useless, you're not going to be able to do anything. It's not going to be like before where, okay, I can write it out. There's not going to be anything to write out if you can't go work because everything's being automated. Everybody's working from home. Most people aren't coming back to their desk. Like the job I work at, they've already pretty much permanently said most of the people that, hey, look, if you're working from home, you're just going to stay there. And a lot of people that was in the office are getting cut left and right. I'm not the only place where it's happening. So please get your tech skills up. You getting the stimulus check. You can go to codingphase.com. You can go to treehouse.com, learn how to code. It's really not even hard for you. Just type in, to be honest. You can go to cyberry.it. You can learn cybersecurity skills real easy. You know, you can learn all that from your home. And if you got to put a little bit of money into it, go right ahead. Go to udemy.com. You can go pick up like 5 courses for $9.99 each. You can even get it discounted. And if you don't have a lot of money, put it into crypto, right? If you got $500, put it into Theta, get some Digi Byte, get some Cardano, and they're so low right now. It's a steal what it's going to be compared to next year. Honestly, the way how things are going, if you don't get in from now to Q1 2021 and you don't have any position whatsoever, you're probably not going to be able to get in again because the prices are going to go up so high compared to how it did in 2017. 2017 is going to look like a puddle, and we're about to get a hurricane.
Right. And
as
then
far as
all,
crypto
the, and all you guys in the panel are going to fly out to Minneapolis and buy me a steak dinner. Facts. Facts. Gordon Coleman, Trojan, I'm going to leave this one to you. He says, where's XRP in the conversation? You must have just joined. I talked about XRP earlier, but yes, it's a banker's coin, but bankers are also filthy rich. Okay. Trojan, what's your take on XRP? I know I've been bullish on XRP for a while. Mr. Smith put it at number 2. What's your take on XRP, Trojan?
So XRP is pretty complicated. There are two sides of it. So yes, it is a first generation crypto, which means all the development that they've done has pretty much been done up to this point. It is a banker coin and it will go up. It will have runs, but it is a very, very long-term play. People are forecasting the price of XRP. This is not a prediction, but the forecast of the price is probably going to be $10. The thing is, XRP, a lot of people were afraid it was going to become a stable coin because the banks, they want to keep the coin low so that they can make the transactions easy and so it could be a lot cheaper for them. So I feel like it's a little sketchy that they're keeping it that low, and the same for Stellar. So I think that their technology is going to be integrated in the future. It will go up, but a lot of these other cryptocurrencies where they don't need a cheap crypto to thrive, they can thrive just fine, just like Ethereum with $100 crypto. Those are the ones we need to look at. The ones that, the people who don't have that much money can get into now. So I will say XRP's technology is definitely going to be integrated in the future. I definitely see a price of $10 in the near future. But I see, unfortunately, XRP, I can see those bankers, those greedy bankers. I'm sorry, but I can just see them holding that price down for their convenience. I don't know why. Through their partnerships and their white papers and all they've done, and the price and everything that's been happening with XRP, I feel like it will do well, but I feel like those greedy bankers are going to hold it down a little bit, to the inconvenience of the people and for their own convenience.
And I just wanted to segue off of what Cozy was mentioning earlier. I work in technology as well, and I would say that if I was in a different situation, I would say there are $500 gold coins you can buy, and in terms of skill, if somebody if IT is not their forte, just get skills like HVAC, welding, being carpentry, fixing cars. Because there's a lot of old cars out there and a lot of them still need to work. You know, not everybody's got Teslas and hybrids. But yeah, just get basic skills will matter. Even
Yeah, he's not lying about that. There's a
it's
lot
gonna
of
matter.
unfilled blue collar jobs, like crazy, and a lot of people are sleeping on them.
Because there's a lot of guys that have retired recently. One of my homeboys, he works in the electric business, and there's a ton of those dudes that just took off. There's a lot of dudes that just took off in HVAC. They just retired, and you know, a lot of people still need to take care of their folks. You know, so there's still a lot of room to go around. I'm looking at the positive side of it. I know stuff's going to get bad, but I see this as being like an artificially created situation in total. But the positive side of that is that, you know, sometimes you need, you know, to touch the stove to get burnt, to know not to touch the stove. And right now, there's a lot of people that need that wake up call. They've been very relaxed, and things have been too good for them, and they don't know what it's like, you know, to walk for miles to not have. And that's why they don't really take care of what they got. And there's a lot of food waste in America. There is a lot of unnecessary food waste, and that needs to not happen, you know. But
Oh, brother, with this food shortage, and it's gonna get worse in the next couple months. Perez, you're gonna see people going to trash or landfills looking for, you know, like old canned goods and stuff, bro. I mean, I know people might think I'm exaggerating,
Man.
but just, you know, when you watch this video 2-3 months from now, just be like, damn, Solo called it.
I know it's
Well,
gonna happen. It needs to happen because people need to wake up.
Yeah, not to interrupt, but this is something I can actually speak on from experience. Hey, I get to contribute. Grow your own food. Me and my mom were a Jamaican family. You can take potatoes you have in your fridge that sprout those little things. You can take onions, the little ends of it you throw away. You can take the ends of carrots right now, plant them in some soil from Home Depot, and begin to keep regrowing your own carrots, your own lettuce, and stuff like that, and have your own food. If you grow your own vegetables, you can concentrate that money on investments or put that money towards meat. Stock meat in your fridge. There's areas in food that you can grow that will save areas of money. You can eliminate them and they'll keep on growing. You know what I'm saying? And if everyone does that, then at least us as powerful black men will know that we're able to eat. We have something like that. I mean, you can do things like my mom's growing spinach and then you can freeze it. And yeah, I mean, you know, frozen spinach isn't exactly good. But if things really hit the fan and you've got frozen vegetables, fresh vegetables, because of that money, you've put it into meat, you've got just stocked in some freezer. You can be good for a long time. And once again, hopefully you have coins and water and stuff you can trade. But if it came down to that, you could trade that food if you had to. I know that's like real on the level, but that's something you can do that's cheap, you know? So.
That's right.
Right. And here's the thing, and I'm going to let you guys rock, but a lot of people are saying this is crazy. But guess what? If you would have told me, you know, 5-6 months ago that, you know, 70% of Americans or what have you would be working from home, I would have been like, you bugging. But right now, guys, we live in a world where anything can happen, and it's already happened. And look, you guys know me. I don't really talk about politics or economy, all of that. That's not really my area of expertise or forte. But anybody would be foolish to think that this COVID situation is going to all of a sudden be better by spring of 2021. No, it's there's a lot more going on than that. I mean, this election kind of got me holding my breath because you don't know what's going to happen, bro. Facts.
Homie went outside with that's little garden.
Yeah, people are
because not for
not
nothing,
ready
but that's something that
for
can save lives. You know what I'm saying?
people are not ready for this transfer of wealth that's going to happen. It's going to be insane, and it's going to go to very few, just like last time. But it's not going to be because of family businesses or people passing things down. It's going to be the people who prepared. No matter what you prepared, we're going to be trading amongst each other. It's the people who didn't prepare that are going to be absolutely screwed. I can take a silver coin, probably shard it, give you that for, some broccoli, or I could send you 0.0001 of Theta or Cardano, Digi Byte, or whatever. But the people who have absolutely nothing, they are going to be devastated during what's going to happen in these next 12 months. COVID has changed the world forever, bro. Everybody, I'm telling you, we are not going back to the old system. This is the transition period. This is not a
Yeah.
hiccup. This is a
Yeah.
transition period.
My prediction about this is that when 2030 gets here, we're going to look back at this time just like we do 9/11. We're going to have the same kind of ideas about it. But in the meantime, in between time, yeah, I'm already, they're already beating the drum for, CV 2.0. And, I'm just waiting for them. I was thought about just leaving, man. I was just like, I don't know, man, because I'm gonna wait for them to be like, "Hell, where's your papers, sir?" Wait for that conversation. So I already made the move. I just made the move to working from out of my house as well. And I was just like, I don't know. People at my job seem pretty cool, but then I had the opportunity, so I took it. And like I'm saying, skills is what's gonna matter. But I like to look at the positive things. When things get bad, I think common sense can prevail overall. Not for everybody, but for the smart people. We need to find each other and join up. Be like, okay, that person's on the right track. These other people's whack. I'm moving over this way. That's gonna come down in the next 4 months and also into the wintertime because
wait, Perez, and I'm so glad I have you on, bro. I miss having you on the stream, bro. Why do you say in the next 4 months? What is your reasoning for that before you continue with your thought? I'm sorry, Perez, but I got to stop you because we got to explain to the audience why you're thinking the way you're doing right now. Go ahead, bro.
Because of the election. It's because of the election. I think that the crunch time and the financial crunch time is very political. We might not want it to be political. I think it is political, and it's like where they say was it kill two birds with one stone? Well, this situation is where somebody's trying to like kill a pack of buffalo with a tiny ass pebble, and they figured that shit out. It was like, look, if I just take just one thing, I mean, y'all don't think it's kind of strange? I know it's gonna sound whack, but y'all don't think it's strange how last year one of the biggest movies of all time was called Endgame? Y'all don't find it just a little funny? If it's just like karma just saying, hey guys, get ready, it's about to get funky. I think about stuff like that. It's just like, oh man, it was a cool movie last year. Did this year come around, and we got some surprises. So I've been getting ready. Been getting my skills up, and been doing some investing. And it's really, I gotta say, in terms of investing, and this has been a message of your channel forever, Solo, is investing in yourself. For dudes, for ladies, anybody, invest in your body, your physical health, your mental, get that stuff up, because to me, how I measure stuff is the true, I guess, test of a man is being able to be tossed out into the wilderness with nothing and being able to survive. That's true survival. But we're animals in the cages now, so we got to survive in this new domesticated cage environment. So for people who live in dense cities, I got a good homie. He moved back to Chi-Town, and I was just like, oh man,
it's pretty rough over there, man.
Yeah, and he even knows he need to be strapped. And I'm just like, yeah, and what is the whole thing? They try to keep you from being strapped. So there's going to be a lot of people, for folks who listening, who live in the country. There's going to be a lot of people who are going to come out of the city, and they're going to want to bring some of that nonsense to the country area, and that's going to cause some turmoil as well, because people have a perception of people who live in the country and that they don't really fit that stereotype. When you actually go out into the country and talk to a lot of folks, they don't fit that stereotype. But yeah, it's gonna get turbulent when people get pressured in the city, and they got the food shortages. Where are people gonna go? They're gonna go out to the land. When I was a kid, and we used to have peach trees, all kinds of fruit trees. I grew up around fig trees and pecan trees, all in the yard. Today, try to walk through your suburbs and find a fruit tree or a garden. Like, that stuff has just been wiped out, because the knowledge just didn't get passed down.
Right. Hold up, Perez. I'm gonna let you finish. I wanna bring JC Riggs. You've been quiet for a minute, bro. Is there anything you want to say? Because I want to make sure everybody, gets a fair turn. You know what I mean?
Well, when it comes to the food shortage thing, I remember a while ago I used to work at this restaurant, and at the end of the night, the amount of food we had to throw out was just incredible. I felt really bad. I remember talking to my manager, and I was like, "Well, what about all this food that we're just throwing out?" But one of the things they actually told me is that they're worried about getting sued or getting people food, which is a legitimate concern. That's fair, but still, the amount of food that we tossed out at the end of the night was just very saddening to me because of all the families they could have fed with that. So the idea of there being this incredible food shortage coming up is pretty scary. Thankfully, I have family that, because my mom actually grew up on a farm all of her life. So thankfully, she knows how to grow food, prepare food in different ways if need be. And we have a place in the countryside. So we ourselves are going to be fine when it comes to this. But the concerns are definitely real. And if people don't get their act together and start to figure this stuff out, they're going to be left assed out. But thankfully, you guys are ahead of the curve.
Well, thank you, JC Riggs, because like I said, people will probably think, oh, Solo's fear mongering and this and that. But like I said, man, if somebody would have told me 5 or 6 months ago when it was my birthday and I was in Miami, not having a care in the world, that I would be working from home and that a lot of these restaurants in my local area, right, would be shutting down because they can't, the takeout rules or policies they have in place, they can't pay their workers off of that, and that there's a beef shortage and other crop shortages. I would have probably thought that you were watching too many anime movies. You know what I'm saying? Fact. And now like we're living in this, and I think a lot of people think that because now it's summer or whatnot, oh well, COVID will go away and things are going back to normal. And it's like, no, man, it's gonna get worse, man. With this, Trojan will tell you. Trojan, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Trojan is in the medical field, and he can definitely tell you this COVID situation is real.
Yeah, it is very real.
Go ahead, Trojan.
No, I was just gonna say I have been being forced to work way over my hours. So I know I'm gonna get destroyed by taxes next year. But one of my coworkers got COVID, and then another coworker got COVID. So I was pretty much one of the only ones working for my unit, and like a little sector, and it was killing me. Like I had almost no free time. The money that I was getting was good, but it was just bags under my eyes. It was ridiculous. And then it was like I was trying to find a nice way to say, I can't be working all these hours, but then I'm hearing my coworker got put on the ventilator and she couldn't breathe and she almost died. And I was like, Jesus Christ, this COVID thing is serious. And no, it attacks your respiratory system. A lot of the people who have it, they have upper respiratory symptoms, and then, or they can have GI symptoms, and then it progresses. But then, a lot of them try to skip treatment because they don't want to be treated like they have cooties. But then a lot of them end up progressing very, very bad. But the thing that they don't tell you about COVID is that your immune system could literally protect you from it. A lot of the people that are affected are people that are vulnerable with low immune systems or bad immune systems, who don't get enough vitamin C or don't get enough supplements like ginkgo, ginger, turmeric, all the supplements that can help you with your immune system. Because if you notice, a lot of children are not getting it. Yeah, a lot of children are not getting COVID, and that's because their immune system is like in tip-top shape. Young adults are barely getting it because their immune system is up. But that doesn't mean you're safe. But it's unfortunately attacking the vulnerable people in our population, to the point where a lot of them literally can't breathe, and they're getting in serious condition very fast. So it's definitely real, but they are using it because in the hospital, if you, let's say you had COVID, but it was being treated well, but you died because you had cardiac symptoms that were not treated, and you had some sort of issue. If you died, they get more money in reimbursement if they put you died by COVID. So
Fact.
that's pretty much. There's a
Fact.
lot of sneaky stuff in the background.
I'm
Yeah,
glad you mentioned.
there's a lot of money being passed around, a lot of sneaky stuff in the background. So it's being taken advantage of, but please don't believe the lie that it's not real. It is real,
So
and it's
now,
killing people.
so hey, Trojan. So I have to mention something, and this is why I have a different perspective on it. Is because I've met a ton of people. I've met at least 10 people who have autoimmune diseases and have been perfectly fine. Case in point, I met a dude who told me he's in Puerto Rico right now. He told me to my face, he was like, "Look, dude, I got Crohn's disease. Girlfriend works in the hospital. Had contact with at least 4 people that tested positive for this stuff. He's been totally fine, and he hasn't worn a mask since that point in time. He hasn't worn a mask the whole time."
Fred, what are you saying? That it's not real? I mean, what are you trying to say, bro?
I'm just saying there is a person with an autoimmune disease who's vulnerable, who's around somebody who had contact with people who definitely had germs, and he was fine. He was like the perfect at-risk example.
Sorry, but I mean, I don't want to be a know-it-all, but if you have an autoimmune disease, it actually means your immune system is in hyper mode. It's actually working way too hard, and it's attacking your body. Like, for example, if somebody has an autoimmune disease like systemic lupus,
Hey, yo, Trojan, you
it
borging really
attacks
bad,
their
bro.
body to get different drugs. Like rest that. Yeah, I think my connection is bad. 1 second. I think I'm gonna come out and come back in.
Wait, no, you better not. You just got better all of a sudden. It's weird, but no,
Okay.
you better not.
Yeah. So I mean, the thing is, it's the people. Autoimmune disease means you have a very strong immune system. In fact, it's so strong that it's destroying your body, because too much of a good thing is not a good thing. But the thing is, it's attacking people who issues with immunosuppression, and pretty much it's definitely real.
So my point is that it's no
being
worse
taken
than the regular
advantage of.
seasonal
And
flu. If a person is already vulnerable, they're going to get sick. It's just like the regular seasonal flu. Now there's 4 different strains of it. There's a million strains of the regular seasonal flu. My perspective is that this is being artificially inflated. Yeah, the coronavirus seasonal flu is real. I've gotten the common cold before. I've gotten the flu before. Plenty of us have gotten the flu, but I think this has been conflated on purpose. And me personally, in my life, I haven't seen any evidence of it. I have a cousin who works on Long Island Hospital, and this whole time, before, during, and after, she in the hospital posting selfies of her looking all happy. I'm like, yo, ain't stuff supposed to be depressed up there? Ain't stuff supposed to be serious? Crickets, nothing. All right, got people in Florida. They totally fine. I've met people who say they had the flu in January, a real bad flu in January before it had the name.
But Perez, and I'm gonna play devil's advocate with all due respect. I mean, Trojan is not just some guy sitting here making this up. He's actually works in the medical field, so he deals with it firsthand, and he can probably tell you that it's not sweet. And I remember Trojan actually bringing that up on another live. So how do you
No, I'm not refuting that it's not. I'm going to be clear. I'm not refuting that it's not real.
Okay,
I'm just saying
here's the thing.
It's deadly to everybody who's healthy, just like you said.
Okay,
let me interrupt you for a second. Pretty much,
go ahead.
it is definitely being conflated. Like that was my next point. Like, it's being used 100%. but the danger is not what it's doing, it's how contagious it is. But also, yeah, it's being used. The numbers are definitely being inflated. I am definitely in agreement with that. A lot of money is being passed around in the background. Like COVID relief is like being abused everywhere by, you know, everybody, but also there are people that are being affected. But the thing is, it's definitely being used. And I think that you're not seeing people that are affected because you're just around young people. And if you're around young people, like a friend I know works with kids, you know, in a hospital, they don't see anybody affected by COVID. But if you work with older people, you'll start to see it a lot more often. But the fact that we're having a flu type thing in the summer is really bad news because we didn't even hit winter yet. But no, it is definitely being used as a tool, but it definitely is real. That's all I'm saying.
Wait,
But can we get back to crypto?
Okay, yeah, let's get back to crypto. So, Trojan, I do have a question for you. The economy obviously has been down, bro. When do you think it's gonna get worse, and what do you think will trigger it? Perez and I agree that we think it's gonna be the election. But what about you, Trojan? What do you think is gonna trigger it? And then I'm gonna ask the rest of the panel as well.
Okay. So pretty much, I think it's gonna come apart in probably January or February, and I'm gonna tell you why. Um, Usually winter is the best time for a recession to happen because that's when, you know, everybody's spending, nobody's really caring about money, but money's affecting them, you know, like in certain places, you don't have to pay your electric bill, you don't have to pay certain bills in the winter, because it's a time when people are vulnerable because it's cold. But the thing is, a lot of things would have unfolded by then, like that election, different policies because of COVID, COVID possibly coming back, and then the whole like hyperinflation that they're pushing. Like people don't understand. There's a shortage of change that just happened, and it's gonna get worse. Soon there's gonna be a shortage of dollars, and then a shortage of $5 bills, and then a shortage of $10 bills, and then they're gonna be saying, you know, it's 99.99, but just pay $90 because, I mean, you know, we don't want your $1 bills, you know, because, you know, we're going to be pushing bags of $1 bills to buy like a loaf of bread very soon. But I think it's all going to come down at one time. I think crypto is going to be hit. It's not going to go up forever. It's going to go down. It's going to dip when the economy tanks. But crypto is going to recover and shoot up like to the moon when that happens.
Mm-hmm. I'm a Tyoka. When do you think? Do you think it's going to get worse? I mean, you agree, but when do you think it will happen, and what will trigger it in regards to the economy or food shortage? Just sure.
The number one thing I'm interested to see as far as what they're going to do as far as the stimulus money and the unemployment, because the stimulus checks would help the economy a lot. But one thing that's been helping is the $600 unemployment. Because I heard statistics the other day that there's so many people unemployed that even if you took the amount of available jobs, rough statistics of people unemployed to jobs, even if every job hired right now as many people as they could hire, we'd still be down like 2 out of 3, like 3 out of 3. We'd only be able to hire 1 out of 3. We'd still have 2 out of 3 of the people currently unemployed. I know I explained that weird, but whatever. You know, I'm a grass and roots guy. I'm good at gardening, not exactly numbers yet, but yeah, like it's at the point where we need that $600 unemployment to continue, and that's the thing that we're not for nothing, but Republicans are the ones that are not too hot about, because we don't want to devalue the dollar. But without printing that $600 unemployment, there are people that are suffering right now, and those are the people that might go AWOL first if things go wrong, because they're like, okay, I already had debt, I'm already getting kicked out of my house, and I don't even have $600, you know, to get some oatmeal or something. I mean, oatmeal's good. Shout out to oatmeal. I'm just saying. So I think it might be what the government does as far as the money that makes people really go off or not. So.
Okay, JC Riggs, same question, bro. What do you think is going to happen? Do you think the economy will bounce back and we'll be all singing Kumbaya, or do you think ish is going to hit the fan? And if so, what do you think will trigger it?
Well, if only the economy will bounce back and we could sing Kumbaya. But if I had to think, if anything, what happened in late February, early March, throughout March would be a cursor as to what we could near future, although it'll probably be much worse than that. Say between the moratorium of and rent ending just a few days ago, and the upcoming food shortages and the elections, and not to mention the government propping up the stock, because that's not going to last. The economy's going to take a hit. Everything's going to take a hit, included, which would be a good chance to buy some, have some money saved up. But assets that are kind of thing like gold, silver, and crypto, like Trojan said, will bounce back in the end. But a lot of people are going to be very hurting toward the end. I don't think we're going to be having a major recovery anytime soon when that crash happens, but it'll definitely recover. But it's not going to be pretty from as far as I'm concerned.
Okay, and then Cozy, did I go to you yet, bro, or no?
Nah, not yet, but you didn't really have to. My thoughts are on the same line as Trojans. But one key thing he said, which is gonna happen, is in February you can definitely expect a major crypto dip. It happened this year. Bitcoin dropped all the way down to, I think, what, 3,800 or something like that. You know, never thought you'd probably see that happen. But use that as an opportunity to buy in while it's low if you didn't buy any. That's how we've been saying, hey, look, when all this is said is done, everything's going to go into crypto. All right? They're already setting it up. Visa and MasterCard are already setting up their network so you can spend crypto using your Visa card or MasterCard. PayPal is about to start exchanging it. All right? You see all these governments getting on board with it. If crypto was a scam, do you really think all these big entities that make billions and billions of dollars a year are gonna get on board with it? You can't really trust corporations, but you can definitely trust the fact they are gonna want to make money later. You can always trust that. So pay attention, start accumulating crypto if y'all want to talk about it, or if you want to, find out more information. It's right here on YouTube. It's really not that hard to find. It's really not, man.
Facts.
So please take advantage. I don't know any of y'all, but I don't want nobody to have to suffer with what's gonna come. I wouldn't wish that on nobody.
Facts. And let me just read the super chats real quick, guys. By the way, I appreciate anybody watching this, right? This is not a show I usually do. But I really felt like with what's been going on recently, to make more serious shows. That's one of the reasons I brought Spiritual Logic on. Another reason I've been talking about NoFap a lot, but I really think now it's also time to talk about this money thing. I mean, we can talk about women all we want, but nobody's going to care about women if, the economy's tore out the frame and you can't pay your rent. You know what I'm saying? I think that would be a lot of people's least priority is, well, who am I kidding, man? Getting laid is a biological need for most guys. I mean, if guys had an option between food and coochie, I don't know. Some of you niggas would probably take both for coochie. But anyway, let me read the super chat real quick. Enigma WPG says, it's real, guys. I lost 2 people that helped watch over me as a youngster. Yes, they were older, but they are gone 3 months ago. Be prepared, not scared. Okay, with the $5 Canada bucks, I appreciate you, bro. Enigma WPG came back. Okay, he dropped another one, man. I appreciate this, by the way, man. Really do. He says, back to work. Respect to the stream. Thank you, guys. All right, so we talked about Mr. Smith's 5 coins. I really don't have much to say about coinage, but I do want to go back. Trojan, you seem really bullish on this Theta coin, right? Is that the name? And I keep butchering it. But somebody said it's hard to find. So what platform are you buying this from?
So, which coin are you talking about? Sorry, I missed that. Are you talking about Theta?
The Theta coin, yeah.
Yeah, so here's the thing, and here's what my theory is with a lot of these coins. The coins that are going to make you the most money are not going to be found on the major exchanges. And the reason why is because all of their technology and hard work is going to pump the price, and the people who got in while it wasn't on the exchanges are going to be the people making money when it gets added to the exchanges. So In a short answer, there are coin swapping sites that are very trusted where you can buy Ethereum or Litecoin or XRP. XRP is my favorite because it's super fast. You can buy those and you could just swap them for those very valuable startup coins that are going to come up and decimate the market. Coinswitch.io is my favorite. I use that all the time. There is another coin swapping website, very trusted. It is called ChangeNow.io. And then there is one last one called Simple Swap, but I only use that to get Theta Fuel. I would probably ignore that one and look at the others, but pretty much those valuable coins, you're gonna get like thousands of them for like $50. This is what I'm saying. You can put like $50 into crypto and just leave it, and you'll have more than a lot of people's life savings in probably a couple of years. But if you put money in these coins, it gets added to Binance. Boom, it pumps up to 10 times, 20 times its value, and it's not even a bull run yet. It just pumps because it got added on Binance. Boom, it gets added on KuCoin. It pumps 10 more X. Boom, it gets added on Coinbase. It pumps 100x. There you go. You're making a ton of money off of this valuable coin, and you didn't even use an exchange. You used a coin swapping site. So you guys need to look for these coin swapping sites. That's like the low part. Focus on the coins and the technology. Then if you find out you can't find it on any exchange, that means it's a really good coin. Because if it's being talked about and it's not even on the exchanges, that's the coin you want to go for. So Theta, Digi Byte, Cardano, and Zilliqa. Those are coins that are going to be used for mass adoption because their technology is absolutely amazing, and it could rival the top cryptos even now. But they're going to be soon added to Coinbase and these other exchanges, and the price is going to blow up. And then it's going to run in the bull run, and it's going to blow up even more. So use these coin swapping sites to get them. CoinSwitch, ChangeNow are the two that I use. So yeah.
To follow up on what Trojan just said, also VeChain is one of them. Do not sleep on VeChain. You will regret it. But to follow up on what Trojan said, example, if you take $1,000 out of that stimulus check, right, pump it into Theta, that gives you 3,221 Theta tokens. When Theta hits $30 next year, that's $96,000, man, off of $1,000. I don't know about you, but I could use $96,000 right now. That sounds pretty cool to me.
And that's my exact plan. No BS. That's my exact plan. Take that
But another
stimulus.
thing too. Oh, sorry for cutting you off, man. But another thing too. This bull run is not going to be like 2017. All right. In 2017, the crypto space was much smaller. It was much harder to find information. Most people, let's be real, they were guessing. They became an Ethereum millionaire on a fluke. Right now, it's a lot easier to understand what's going on. It's a lot easier to study the charts. It's a lot easier to see where things are headed. Because there's more plumbing into crypto and more ways to actually buy it, it's gonna go higher than ever before. On top of that, if you add this situation with gold and silver,
Cozy, I just got to say something, and I don't disagree with what you're saying, but I think we have to realize that the average American or Joe the plumber guy still has no clue what crypto is, what blockchain is, or much less how to buy it, right? So what I'm saying is this: I don't disagree with you, not at all, but I'm saying, like, for us guys that are on this panel, or for guys who kind of like watching now, if you get in early, you're gonna hit a lick. Now the guy that's not is when crypto Bitcoin is at 20,000, and then he's trying to get in then, because then he's too late, because it'll still keep going up. But that's all I got to say, bro.
oh yeah. Oh, no problem, man. But it's gonna go way higher than ever before. And again, like I said, if you don't get in from now to February, you're not gonna be able to get in later. Even when it dips back down, probably later in 2022, it's not gonna go down by much. There's probably gonna be maybe one or two altcoins you can get into that are actually gonna be promising, and that's it. And once they get found, you better believe they're gonna pump extremely fast. So this is the time. And I'm not trying to talk, down to anybody on the panel or anybody in the chat. This is mainly for people that just come across this video. They don't know anything about crypto at all. Just to say, hey, look, you need to pay attention to this for your sake, your family's sake, and your own future, because it's seriously going to get real out here.
I just want to say, don't forget about your taxes. Uncle Sam's going to want his cut once you make money.
Oh, facts.
Yeah, I just want to throw that in there. Yeah, when people were doing all these riots and stuff like that, you ever notice how like the safest place in all of these cities is always a tax building? Like people blow up all these small businesses, right? But nobody ever goes, oh man, we got to keep Uncle Sam safe. Nobody ever thinks, man, oh, while we're messing stuff up, how about we just go mess up the tax place and they don't have any, paperwork to maybe come after us for. Nobody ever thinks of that. Huh? Isn't that funny?
And I want to say real quick, guys, maybe the guy was trolling. I don't know. But guys, this is not one of these, we're talking about big booty chick stream or how to talk to girls like this or that. You guys, this is not the stream. I do a lot of those streams. We're simply talking about cryptos, economics, money, current events related to economics or finances. So moderators, if anybody's talking about big booty chicks or whatever, get them out of here. Thank you.
Yeah, if you get your money right, you'll have all the options you want. No simping though. No simping. Just got to keep that. You be like, I got cryptos, but don't give out any numbers.
I mean, I really don't have much to say, guys. I will look into VeChain, Theta, and do my research, and then I will make videos on it. Trojan, I appreciate you. Yo, Trojan, you have really stepped your game up with cryptos. I remember, Trojan, do you remember when you first used to be skeptical as hell about cryptos? I remember.
Yeah. The thing is that it's the gold and silver that got me into it. But once I realized gold and silver is going to run out, but not only that, the markets are heavily manipulated. And if it were to go too high, it could destroy the world. But crypto can go as high as it wants and it wouldn't do the same thing. That's when it caught my attention.
I think at one point we all were probably skeptical of it, especially when you hear people like become millionaires buying all this stuff with money you get online. Once you start looking into this stuff, it's actually pretty interesting, and it'll change the world. Like for as far as we're concerned, is basically what the internet was back in like the 90s. And if you're the guy who knew anything about the internet, you got in the game early on, you made a lot of money after that. Shoot, it's gotten to the point where now I even got my folks into it because they were skeptical at first, but the more I started telling them about it, the more they were like, okay, we're interested, and we want you to buy us some.
JC, I don't mean to cut you off, but I remember when I first started talking about crypto, right? 2017, and brothers were like, oh man, look at this dude, 84, right? Trying to scam now. And the funny part is, I never said, hey guys, buy crypto for me. I was saying, look in, do your research. I always say that. Anybody who see my videos always knows, do your own research and look at it yourself. But the funny thing is, I remember buying Litecoin when it was $10, and I thought it was too much then, right? And then it pumped like crazy. And a lot of these prices now, guys, we might look at it and say, oh, Bitcoin is kind of high right now, but maybe next year, JC, we'll have the same conversation at this time with the cigar in our mouths while sipping on some yak. And I don't know, Bitcoin might be hovering at 30, 40,000, or maybe I'm capping. I don't know.
I mean, it could go higher than that, man.
You're not capping. You better come back when you do.
Oh, bro, I'm saying this. If Bitcoin, and I'm not making any predictions. I know, I don't know. I mean, and we can do it. Once again, it's not financial advice, but realistically speaking, we could finish the year at 20,000. Now, some people might say, Solo, you bugging. But
No, you're not bugging, Solo. We will finish the year with 20,000 because a lot of the cryptos are going to go to their all-time highs. Because the liquidity that's pouring into the crypto market is going to push a lot of cryptos to their all-time highs, and it's going to push the developing cryptos even past their all-time highs because they have a higher ceiling to where they can go. So yeah, Bitcoin will go to 20,000 in December. I'm almost certain of that.
hey, yo, Cozy just posted an article in the chat titled "MasterCard and Visa are making bold moves towards mass crypto adoption," and this is something that I've always said, like, if they're able to figure out how to do that adoption, you know, make it more scalable and make it more, you know, by adoption, make it more user friendly for you dumb Negroes in the chat. Some of you, not all of you. Well, 34 people watching. I'm pretty sure everybody knows, but maybe 10 people don't. But the point I'm trying to make is that once they do that, and man, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. And I mean, a lot of you guys that I hear, you know what I mean? Like Trojan was saying, get your money right, get your gold, silver right, get your cryptos right, get your ammo right, and also get your food right with this food shortage. But anybody watching the stream right now, take heed to these words, because you guys are ahead of the curve right now, because stuff is going to get bad. And the sad part is a lot of people it'll be like 2017 again, when everybody's trying to get the information, but then it's either too late or they don't really know. Right now, we're it's like all of us guys are at the prom party, right? And we're all early for our date's house. And when she comes out the house, it's going to be the thickest Colombian, African, whatever girl floats your boat, guys, that's going to come out, and cats are going to see that chick and they're going to be like, what the hell? But guess what? Since we came early, we got the baddest chick in the game. Facts.
And I'll add this, is that what's going to prepare that pump is that, and this is part of Brian Brooks, the comptroller guy, is this is a part of his doing, not solely, but part of it, what he's doing is allowing banks to now trade cryptocurrency is going to allow the common man to get into it. So when we move closer to the end of the year, could be past the election, we don't know. If the dollar starts to become unstable, then guess what? The news media says, oh no, the dollar is unstable. Then Joe Schmo over there, he goes, oh man, the bank just started, trading cryptos. The dollar's unstable. I need to buy cryptos. And then boom, it's going to go through the roof.
Yeah, like I've been saying, when it comes to cryptos, like people are going to be putting their lifetime savings into cryptos and getting what you could get today for like $50. So cryptos are going to go up, and in 2 years, it's going to become unaffordable. So then everything's going to be valued in Satoshis except for the very new cryptos, the brand new cryptos that are coming on the market. So if you just have $50, $100 and put whatever you can into it, you could be more financially stable than a whole family that got in way too late because they were putting their trust in fiat currency.
Yeah.
Shout out to CR Frank. He says SPI. And by the way, SPI is the first guy I ever heard talk about this back in 2016. But he said SPI had live stream at the end of 2015. I'll never forget buying my first Bitcoin. There was so many people in the chat room sending it around. Y'all better take action. Really? I don't think you could live stream on YouTube until 2016, but I could be wrong. But yeah, I remember SPI doing that 2016, telling me about it. And I was skeptical because I didn't understand it. And I think that's the issue a lot of people have. But guess what? When this mass adoption happens, Trojan and Cozy, people will have no choice but to understand it. Facts.
Exactly. And that's what I've been saying. Hey, look, if you don't get it, look, if you're at the bottom or you were planning on getting into a new career or something and you don't got all your ducks in a row, because right now you're in monk mode. I'm still in monk mode, my damn self on some other stuff. But if you're like grinding on working on something, you need to do this now, because when crypto pops next year, the jig is going to be up for a lot of people. A lot of people are going to start saying, you know what, there's no way hell crypto is a scam if it went up in 2017. What was the last one before? What was it, 2014? And then this time too, in 2021, more people are going to start looking at it. More people are going to start putting their money in. And not only that, once more of these big corporations start pumping millions and billions into it, it's gonna go to Pluto, bro. There's no way in hell that they're gonna be able to put billions into this, and it's not gonna skyrocket out of the stratosphere, man.
Well, the thing is, you're assuming they're not already putting a bunch of money into
Oh
these
no, I already know
cryptocurrencies.
they are. I totally know they are. I'm just saying it's gonna be on a larger scale. That's all.
Because honestly, if
Is
you
it
really
better
think
to
about
have?
it, no, go ahead.
Oh no, sorry. I was just gonna ask a question because, like, I know that there's, shout out to all the guys that are advanced, but I still want to kind of put in a word for the guys that are willing to learn and want to step their game up. Is it better to focus on one particular coin, or is it better to have like some in each? You know what I mean?
No, when it comes to coins, you need to make sure that you have multiple coins if you're the type to keep checking on them, because if you have one, even if you have the best coin in the market, what's going to happen is you're going to be distracted by the ups and downs, and you're going to get discouraged and anxious, and then you're going to want to mess with it. You're probably going to want to sell. You're just going to go crazy. For your mental stability, it'll be better to get a profile of at least 7 to 10 coins, so that when one coin pops, you'll be satisfied, and you can like see the ups and downs of each coin, and your profile would be diversified and it won't be moving as much, even though they're all going to do well. But if you just have one coin,
Awesome.
you're just going to drive yourself crazy.
To answer the guy's super chat question, dude, I'm a hodler, man. Like, if I do make a trade, it's very specific and it's for like a massive game. But you're gonna lose more money trading in crypto. Like, I wouldn't advise you do that. Like, anything can happen. Like, Coinbase could screw up like always, and you can't get it in or get it back out. Like, I would just say hodl and just try to buy at the dip as much as possible.
In the end of the day, I would agree. It's much easier just being an investor than a trader. And they've written articles about people who just who buy and hold on. They tend to make better long-term profits than people who constantly day trade or swing trade. I mean, you can do whatever you want. It's your money. But if the safer thing would just be to hold on to it, in my opinion.
Yeah, seriously. And again, if you do your research on everything, you're not gonna want to get rid of it. You're gonna want to keep it.
Oh, definitely.
And just a lot of people don't do a little bit of research. Like, you don't even have to read the white paper. Honestly, you can just watch a 15-minute video on it and you'll be able to understand it. Like, we use the internet, but I'm pretty sure nobody on here knows about how all the protocols work for the internet, but we still use it. You understand the value it brings. That's all you really want to focus on. What value is this blockchain and cryptocurrency going to bring to the world? And then that should be everything that sets you off.
Yeah, my method is to look up, like say there's a particular cryptocurrency, and then you look at a series of reviews about the people that are behind that and see what they were doing previously. And then that usually gives you an idea. Like one time I was about to buy into this new crypto that was about to get started, and I just didn't like the dude's face. He had like this half smile, and I was just like, nah. And I cashed out.
Dude, that's one of the reasons why I have such a big position in Theta. If you go to their website and check, it'll show that the people on board with Theta are actually the original creators of YouTube, Twitch. I think there's a few CEOs or CTOs of Verizon on there. You got some heavy hitters on there, man. Like, they have an all-star team on there.
I say the most important thing when it comes to investing in this stuff is thinking about the utility and would this be something you'd actually use, or would other people like to use it? If it's something you don't think anybody would use, or if it's something that's already been done by something else, I wouldn't see any real point in investing in it. But something that's unique or would solve a really big problem like Theta, that's really interesting. It actually reminds me of, I'm familiar with like Brave or Presearch.
Yeah, I use Brave a lot. It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I do too. It reminds you of Brave, and that kind of aspect. So it's gonna be pretty big. So anything that's unique, solves a problem, and you could definitely see it being used, I can go for it.
I would interject. So with things like Brave, my issue with Brave is it's sort of like a one-trick pony. it has that security protocol. But at the end of the day, things like Theta or services like Zilliqa have a lot more resources and they're a lot more flexible. So they can work on many different types of aspects of blockchain development. So it could scale even larger, and in turn, it's going to make an amazing price and therefore an amazing game. Like, for example, Theta is going to be giving bandwidth to almost every video delivery network that they possibly could. Brave is it's just another app. If it falls out of style, then the whole business model falls apart and it can go down. So you need to look for projects that are very diversified and have different use cases that can be scalable. Like Zilliqa, different blockchains like Ethereum and Bitcoin, which those are the largest blockchains. So if it scales to those blockchains, it could be bigger than anything on the market because it's helping them with a problem that they have within their own blockchain. So the best thing to do is to get into ones that are very well-rounded and can help with different problems that are very unique and diverse and don't have just one trick. Like Allegrand has just one, decentralized, network for some specific problem, but it's not a problem that could scale well.
I was going to ask this question. So what do you guys think about, anybody familiar with Library or LBRY? I think that is awesome as an alternative to BitChute, given how its protocol is scalable. Right now it's being hosted on AWS, but to me, it has potential to supersede YouTube.
I've heard about it, but I haven't had a chance of putting money into it. I got a lot of different holdings right now, so I can't really get that right now. But I'm definitely going to look into that more.
I know some people picking it up, but I don't know about it myself.
It's at least from what I know about it, it's more scalable than BitChute is right now, and of course it's the free video platform. So I mean, think about how popular YouTube is right now under one business. Like YouTube knows that somebody's coming for him. This guy who's setting up Library, he's investing most of his wealth into getting this thing set up. And the way the protocol is set, it's got a crypto integrated into it. So like it'll be very similar to this. You will be able to donate to things that you actually like. So I'm going to try to get into actually staking or farming that type as well.
I just can't wait to get started.
Well, you should. After a lot of research and knowing what you're getting yourself into, this kind of stuff isn't for the faint of heart, really.
What are some of the best channels and resources to get information? You know what I'm saying?
So it depends on how you like to process information. So if you like to read and you process information like that, look up the white papers of the cryptos and the different articles that are posted on the exchanges and the wallets and the crypto networks. That'll show you a ton of information on their technology and what they want to do. You can also, if you like to listen to podcasts, download some crypto millionaire books. People tell you what they did in their investment strategies and how they became crypto millionaires. You can listen to podcasts on YouTube on the top upcoming coins. I look at articles for the top 5 gainers of the week, the top 5 losers of the week, and then the ones that are overall doing well. Like, for example, in the last quarter, Zilliqa, Theta, and Chainlink were like the top 3. They did incredibly well in terms of price increase. And that's what I look at. I look at price increase along with technology. And you can also look at, different YouTube channels like Altcoin Daily. He's really good. He gives a lot of good information. Crazy for Cryptos is a guy who became a Bitcoin millionaire or a crypto millionaire, and he went and retired in Thailand in 2017. Trayvon James, another Bitcoin millionaire who, just does what he likes to do because, he has millions with Bitcoin. So you listen to them.
I would be a little hesitant with Trayvon James because he was pushing BitConnect, but I get
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, the thing is also, yeah, stay away from people with the pumping issues. The thing is YouTube is cracking down on it. So if people like, oh, jump into Dogecoin, you know, they would
Oh
actually
my
get rid
god.
of the whole channel, and then the channel will get deleted. But if you look at it and the research backs it up, and you can see the use case, and you can see that it can't be found on any exchange, but it's solving a big problem and it's very well rounded, you can see that that coin is a winner in the future. You know, like VeChain. Yeah, I forgot to say that one. VeChain, Digi Byte, Cardano, Theta, and Zilliqa. Those are going to absolutely decimate the future because of their technology, and they haven't reached the limit in terms of their price.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Also, didn't you hear that Altcoin Daily recently got their channel deleted?
Yep, and he got it back like instantly because the people wanted him back. They knew that he was a good dude and he wasn't pumping coins. He was actually giving good research and insights to different crypto
Hey,
networks.
is that one guy, Superman, still around?
I don't know about that guy.
You remember
I
the
think
guy
he
who his name
left.
SUPPOMAN? I think you guys know what I'm talking about.
I was gonna say I'm glad somebody mentioned Chico Crypto. He does really great research, and he's
Yeah, a lot of people sleep on him.
yeah. He knows. He also knows what's up. Like knows what's up. He knows what's up.
Yeah, he was the one I found out about VeChain from. And speaking of, I was just checking some news on it. It turns out a month ago, VeChain, they just had a conference with Alibaba, Amazon, and Google. If you actually go to Amazon's site, they actually have some VeChain stuff up there. So I'm pretty sure this could be a hint that Amazon's going to adopt VeChain. And if they do, well, we all know how much money Amazon makes. So y'all can do the math on that.
Well, the thing is, VeChain was recently added to Coinbase, which also bumped up its price. That joker went from like of a penny to like being worth, I think, almost 2 cents now. So if that happens,
if Amazon gets VeChain, bro, that's retirement right there. Hold on, let me look.
Yeah, man. Like, dude, this is some stuff. Like, you got to make time for this. This is important.
I may or may not have a good amount of VeChain. So,
I was gonna say, you know what's interesting?
The reason. Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna mention this real quick that the CEO of Alibaba mentioned years ago that they have a huge problem with fraud due to how China doesn't care about intellectual properties to the point where I forget how you put it. He said somebody had sent a product back. Somebody had returned a product and they thought it was fraudulent, but it was actually the legitimate product. And they were like, no, this is a fraud. They had returned the product back to the manufacturer. No, this is a fraud product you're sending. He's like, no, you guys actually made this. And so I think that'll be a good solution for that. I know it's maybe not as huge. I think Amazon does a pretty good job, but obviously there's a lot of scammers integrated.
Amazon, actually, Jeff Bezos in a recent article, he just admitted that they've been having some issues with that too. But hey, look, you can Google it right now. Global brand counterfeiting is $1.2 trillion of lost money for these companies, man. I'm pretty sure VeChain looks really nice to them.
Yeah,
when you look for these good coins, one thing that's really valuable is you have the mindset of a hodler, but you use the tactics of a trader. The thing is, trading cryptocurrency is not as profitable as hodling, but the thing is, you can learn a ton by looking at what traders do and jumping into trader groups, because they look at different things like resistance levels, lows, top 5 gainers, top 5 losers, because they got to know which ones to hop into. But if you see the same coins are getting into the top 5 gainers and they're not, you see the same coins getting in the top 5 losers, and you see these first generation cryptos that everybody's worshiping not even showing up in any of these polls, it's kind of very telling of what's happening in terms of money. I know, XRP, Ethereum, Litecoin are going to do amazing with adoption. They're going to be used for payments in the new financial system. But if you want to make money, you got to get into these new cryptos that are like the top 5 winners almost every week.
Another thing too, like passive income, guess what? VeChain, Cardano, Theta, and Zilliqa all have staking options.
Yeah, I mean, like if you got some spare computers laying around, and you're technically inclined, it's a good thing to check out. Linux is, I used to be hardcore Windows, forever, and obviously Windows is the biggest operating system, but it is not the best operating system. It's just the most
really not.
popular. Yeah, Linux is where it's at.
So are you talking about like running your own staking pool or node, or just joining a staking, or just putting your crypto into a staking pool? Because those are two
Honestly,
different things.
it depends, man. Because you got some cryptos like VeChain. VeChain, all you have to do is add VeChain to your Exodus wallet, and it stakes on its own.
I know. I've been
And
doing that for the longest, believe you me. But other things like Cardano, soon Ethereum or Tezos, you could either VeChain too. You could have your own node or run your own staking pool from a computer
yeah,
and generate more coins that way. Or if you don't want to be bothered, you could join someone else's pool, put your coins there, and have that generate more coins for you over time.
right. I mean, it depends on what you want to do and how much money you want to make, I believe. But I think that's a little bit more advanced out of some people's stratosphere for that one, man.
Well, I mean, that's true. That's true, definitely. It took a while for me to learn about that myself. And it's even harder to explain to people. But if you want to talking about passive income and living off of interest, that's a good.
Oh yeah, man. That's the dream, man.
Yeah, that's going to be the interest of the future. I know that I saw recently Coinbase is trying to get into roping people into getting interest off of cryptos. I don't really care too much for that. I'm cool with like making money off cryptos in terms of like proof of work, proof of stake, that kind of extra money off of that. But like just making percents off of that, they're trying to basically morph blockchain into traditional money, and I don't think it's healthy for the cryptocurrency to adopt that same kind of interest leverage based mentality. I think we need to move away from that. That's how we got into this BS right now. It's because people, living outside of what they should.
Well, staking is slightly different than generating interest off of your crypto, but I understand what you're saying because there are things that are developing right now that do that would allow that. Like I know there's this new amount called Celsius. Allows you to earn interest off. I think there's some banks in like Germany and Europe like that allow you to earn interest off your crypto. But staking's a little different in regards to that, so I wouldn't necessarily compare the two. One thing I will say though is that on Coinbase, they allowed you to stake Tezos, but they take like 25% of the profits you make once you stake, which I thought was some garbage because there are plenty of other places that don't do that at all. So as soon as I found that out, I was like, no, thank you, Coinbase.
Yeah, see, recently Coinbase allows you to make 2% on DAI, and I'm just like, I don't know. I'm okay with staking and crypto, to making stuff off of proof of work, but the percentage stuff, I would like for crypto to be like 1-for-1 if I had it my way. And I would recommend people get wallets, offline wallets as well. That's a good thing to do, at least as a backup.
No, definitely. The safest way to keep track of your cryptocurrencies is to keep them off. No, like on a physical wallet as much as possible, unless there's something you just immediately had to sell off.
I'm just blown away. This seems like a great opportunity now that I'm really like learning about how like it goes in, and like passive income is something I definitely want as well. I'm sure we all do, but like it sounds good to me.
Do you have any questions? Now would be a great time to ask.
See, I feel like so much of a noob. Like I have a lot of questions actually. Like, what's the best site where I could buy Theta? Like, what's the website to buy Theta at? You know what I'm saying? We may have kind of hit on this before,
So,
but you know.
so you can't buy Theta on a website. You're gonna have to use a switching site like CoinSwitch, because Theta hasn't been added to the major exchanges yet, but it's in talks with Coinbase and different exchanging websites because it's making heats with its technology and its advancements with partnerships and stuff. But like I said, if you get it on an exchange, you're going to be paying a lot more because when it gets added to an exchange, the price is going to pump. If you want to get 30-cent Theta, you're going to have to use the coin switching site. So just buy Ethereum from Coinbase, let it sit there for 4 days, and then go on CoinSwitch, carefully paste the addresses and follow the directions, then send it to the Theta wallet, and then you'll be fine. Then you could even start staking that for Theta Fuel. And then when Theta gets added to Coinbase, that's an easy 10x just right there.
Awesome. So you buy Ethereum. How's that spelled?
You could do Ethereum, Litecoin, XRP, or even Bitcoin to exchange for Theta. It's really flexible on the coin switching sites.
Yeah, but XRP is the fastest.
Awesome, awesome, good. I'm probably gonna go for the speed then. You know what I'm saying?
I would just say be careful though when it comes to like doing your things like that, because anytime you swap currencies is considered a tax. It's considered a taxable event. So just do it. Just do it at your own discretion. Is all I'd have to say. Not a tax person or anything. I just into this stuff because I know Uncle Sam's gonna get me come next year. So.
Awesome, awesome. Now my pops works for Cigna, so he does my taxes, but he works like for the tax company Cigna. So would I have to hand him like the information of how much I've made on Bitcoin so he can, when he files my taxes and all that, or?
Yes, that would be good. You'd have to tell him about like how much you got, when you got it, because you don't get taxed when you buy it. You only get taxed if you sell on capital gains, and I think you get taxed on a certain amount of how much you get staked, but they're not really clear on that yet. So you'd have to tell them like how much you bought, when you bought it, if you're going to sell it, and you have to keep records of like all the transactions you made, like on the exchanges. But there's software and tools available out there that you can use to do that for you, and then you could just print out a report.
Great, good.
If you do it under for some places, you could do it free. If not, if not, you'd have to pay like some money for it. To like, because I feel like that's one thing a lot of people would tend to overlook when it comes to this stuff. Because making money is exciting, but the government will come after you. Even now in the tax form, they ask you if you hold or have ever received like virtual quote unquote currencies of any kind. So that's just one thing to keep in mind.
Funny enough, you mentioned reporting taxes. Even if you had like an offshore bank account, apparently, even if you have like offshore bank accounts, you still have to talk to the tax people about how much it is, even if it's like in Sweden or something like that. Like you apparently always have to file with Uncle Sam, you know?
Yeah, they want their cut. They're not gonna let you make money. They're not gonna let you keep money from them, especially you got a lot of it.
Yeah, you always got to pay the mob tax.
Exactly. And what bigger mob is there than than Uncle Sam?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're definitely not lying.
Oh no, go ahead.
I'm waiting for the game to change. I foresee that the game is going to change. I don't know when, but it's long overdue. It's time for something new.
Oh, CR Frank is right, because a lot of these exchanges, especially when the big pump is going to happen, we're going to see a lot of crashes and outages happening. And we've seen it before, like even when, like, I think back during the Bitcoin halving, when Bitcoin hit 10,000 and people were like really excited, we had like, I think, what was it? Bitfinex crashed. Then Coinbase had another crash when people were trying to sell. And I was just thinking about how beautiful this is, because this is nothing compared to what we're getting in the future. So imagine we're trying to cash out when all these coins pump up, and then you're on one of these exchanges like, oh, too bad, you can't sell. You know, we won't be able to help you out. Sorry.
Yeah, Coinbase is like any other bank. They can be like, oh no, there's a rush. Oh, there's a rush on the bank. Oh, let's just lower that bandwidth just a little bit. No crime.
Yeah, you definitely want to have multiple accounts. Well, you definitely want to have accounts on multiple exchanges. Don't just rely on Coinbase. Please, please don't just rely on Coinbase. All right, they're like they're one of the most flakiest ones out there, man. Don't rely on them, please.
Because there's Coinbase, CoinSwitch, and BitConnect. You guys just mentioned, right? As like 3 examples.
No, you do not want to touch the
No,
bro.
BitConnect is a coin lending platform that actually collapsed years ago and stole a lot of people's money. That actually leads into another lesson. There's something called CRO token and Celsius token and these different crypto lending networks. I would say stay away from these, because what they do is they take your private keys. In exchange, they earn you money through crypto lending. And what happens is they can actually earn you a lot of money. But the issue is, if a bull run comes, they could probably run off with your money. I'm not saying that they're saying that they're going to do it. It's just they possibly could do it. If it's not your keys, it's not your wallet. If it's not your keys, it's not your money. Excuse me. But that's very different from staking.
Not your
Staking
keys, not
is
your
just holding.
coin.
Yeah. Staking is just holding coins in a wallet that you have your private keys, or on an exchange, which I absolutely do not recommend. Do not stake on an exchange, no matter how good the rewards are. But if you stake in your own personal wallet with your own private keys, 10 times safer and 10 times better. But we said coinswitch.io and then change now. They both allow you to exchange for Theta. And when Theta gets added to Coinbase, Theta's price is going to pop probably 10 times. The lowest would be 10 times its original price right now, which is 30 cents.
And that's the thing that really got me like interested to start. Because I'm not gonna lie, like I'm trying to get my cash together. And so when you see like in gold or stocks or Bitcoin, when people say, yeah, it's like 2,000 a coin or something, like, oh, I don't have that much. But 30 cents, I could jump on that now and have something that at least so far seems like it'll be a good investment. Like it'll actually be, worth doing and stuff. And it's
let
affordable.
me tell you something about Theta. That's probably going to get everybody really excited. The thing is with Theta is their technology is so scalable, and it solves such a painful problem for all these big corporations. The price prediction for Theta for 2023 is over $1,000. They're predicting that during the bull run in probably 2023 or 2024, that Theta is going to be over $1,000, because the technology is so good, and it's much needed, but also it's so scalable that it could absolutely blow up in terms of price.
Yeah, Theta is one of those tokens. Like, honestly, man, I would hold on to it. I wouldn't cash out anything for a long time. Like, even if you only got 5,000 Theta tokens, when it hits $1,000, bro, give me
That's
my
5
math was
million.
wrong. Sorry.
I just say if you have 5,000 and went up to 1,000, that's 5 million.
Yeah.
I wouldn't scoff at that.
Yeah. And it won't just be Theta, but a few others that are gonna be hitting high prices too, like Cardano as well. Cardano, a lot of people looking at Ethereum, but I really feel like Cardano is gonna blow Ethereum out the water in a couple years, maybe even sooner than that, to be honest.
And what's the reason for that, for Cardano?
Well, right now it's just because of Ethereum's development. Again, as I said earlier, the way how they developed Cardano, they developed it in a way kind of similar to how NASA does their missions, where hey, look, if this fails or results in human death, this can't happen. So because they got all their kinks out the way, unlike Ethereum, where they're constantly backpedaling, Cardano can just simply keep adding on new features and apps. They did actually in one of their conferences they had, they were already thinking about adding the same thing that Chainlink does to their network.
Mm-hmm. So what do you think about Polkadot and Kusama? Because Kusama is the how did you put it? Chico Crypto reported on this like today, I think. Kusama is the blockchain network. It's a canary for Polkadot, and so they test on Kusama, and when it's ready, then they put the feature into Polkadot, if I'm not correct. But the guy who created Polkadot also created the virtual machine that is for Ethereum. Only reason why I'm still okay with Ethereum is because I know the dude that's behind it. He takes his time when he does make a move. Like, you know, he knows what he's doing. He makes sure stuff is really sure. So I'm okay with Ethereum taking their time to get to that next stuff, because there's a lot of steps in between that they need to make sure of.
So to just clear up what I'm saying, let's not get it twisted. Ethereum is definitely going to do very well on this run. If you have a lot of Ethereum, you're going to be pretty happy. I'm just simply saying in the long run, from what it's looking like right now, I can see Cardano beating out Ethereum.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people say about Cardano versus.
So pretty much, this goes back to what I was talking about. First generation cryptos, they had their run. They're gonna do well in terms of adoption, in terms of technology, in terms of integration and adoption. But the issue is, if you want to make money, the best ones to go to are the ones that are early in the developmental stage and early in their price stage. Cardano has actually been around since the last bull run, but in that time, you know, people thought Cardano was dead because it was just working on their blockchain. Like I said, we had people from EOS and Tron's team leaving those teams to go to Cardano's team to help develop. So they have a lot of young minds working on their blockchain and their technology to create scarcity in their currency and build a blockchain that could compete with all these different blockchains. They were talking about how they want to rival Chainlink, how they want to rival Ethereum, how they want to rival XLM and Stellar Lumens. They want to take over. And Robert Kiyosaki, which is a really rich businessman, he talked about, if you want to invest in a business, you want to invest in a business that's hungry, a business that doesn't want to settle, a business that wants to pretty much take over the world, but they haven't done it yet. Like, if you invest in Microsoft today or Amazon, you wouldn't get that much money, but it doesn't mean they won't do well. The thing is, you got to invest in that young kid who has a dream to take over the world, and he won't stop until he'll get it. But his company is not there yet, but he doesn't care. He's going to grind tooth and nail to get there. You got to invest in that kid better than the guy who's already at the top, because the guy that's at the top is not going to make you that much money. It doesn't mean he won't be as successful. It just means that young kid who's hungry for it, he's going to make you the money because he needs to get to the top. That's all we're saying. The gap is so much larger. And since their tech and their blockchains is comparable, it only makes sense that you're going to make way more money being in Cardano than you are going to be in Ethereum, because Ethereum already reached their sort of ceiling in a way. Not saying they've reached the top, but they've reached sort of like a good ceiling. So, you know, not saying they can relax, but in terms of price, their technology will be used, but they're going to relax a little bit. But Cardano, they're prepping, they're getting people ready, they're getting their things ready. They have absolutely no reason to suppress the price like the banks and these different companies. They just want to make it to the top. So if you grab on for the ride with Cardano, you will make more, not in terms of price. Ethereum is going to be worth more, but Cardano is going to jump really close. And if Cardano jumps close, you're going to make more because Cardano jumped from the bottom and Ethereum jumped from the middle ground.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see what you're saying. Ethereum has kind of plateaued for a little bit. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, they're even setting up to steal all the ERC20 tokens. I actually just posted the article in the chat if you want to read it.
Oh yeah, I heard about
The
that.
thing is, it's just the first generation cryptos. People have way too much faith in those. And it's not that they're not going to do well. That's the thing. They are going to do amazing. But the thing is, the coins at the bottom that have the same technology, even better technology, the same drive, the same ambition, those are going to do better. Now, the other coins that are like one trick ponies and don't have a lot of technology, um, technological innovation, and they aren't making impressive partnerships, I'm not really worrying about those. But if
Right.
somebody makes a partnership with a company that I know about and they're still a 30-cent crypto, like Theta making a partnership with Google Cloud and Sony and Samsung, I'm going to pay attention. If VeChain is looking at Amazon, I'm going to pay attention, because those are little coins that are trying to take over the world. And you
Hey
can
man,
tell
they're
by what they're
partnered with
doing.
VeChain's partnered with BMW and Walmart as well, man.
Yep, these
NFT
cryptos
designer
that are
coins are heavy
hungry,
too.
they're going to claw their way to the top. And when they get close to Ethereum, the people in the smaller cryptos are going to be happier because they made a bigger gain. Even though, it's close and Ethereum's a little higher, you didn't make as good a gain as they did, because they went from 30 cents to 100, but Ethereum went from 300 to 2,000. You still made a bigger gain with Cardano because it jumped 1,000x, thousands and thousands of x, versus Ethereum that jumped, probably what, 10x or 8x. So it's all numbers and it's all about price when it comes to things like this. But definitely, I think Ethereum will do better. But in terms of the increase and the exponential gain in terms of money, you're gonna serve well doing the younger blockchains like Digi Byte, VeChain, Cardano, Theta, and Zilliqa.
I want to say thank you to Adrian Vlogs for the 199 super chat, saying to invest in Apple stocks. Also, they always go up. I mean, yes, tech stocks are good, but this is a different kind of tech we're talking about here. But still, thank you for the 199 super chat. Also for Ethereum, I want to say be careful about how you talk about Ethereum. Like, I understand that it is a first generation crypto and it's been around. Like, we already know what it's about versus something like Cardano that's the new kid on the block. But there's a lot of money behind Ethereum. Oh, there's a lot of stuff that's already built on Ethereum. Like a lot of our favorite, like a lot of coins that we like Engine Coin, Chainlink, a lot of ERC20 tokens are all built on Ethereum. A lot of smart contracts and decentralized finance applications are being built on top of Ethereum. Like Microsoft is looking into Ethereum. I think someone in the chat said that ESPN's interested in Ethereum. I know Reddit is looking to make a kind of cryptocurrency built on top of Ethereum. So there's a lot of stuff happening with Ethereum right now that's quite frankly either not being talked about or being overlooked. Now, I'm not disregarding anything that you said, Trojan. I think you're making a valid point. I'm just saying is that it would be slightly irresponsible to ignore what's going on. Now, granted, Ethereum has had a big problem meeting deadlines. Like back in 2017, they said we're going to have Ethereum 2.0 with proof of stake. And it's still 2020. We haven't had Ethereum 2.0 yet until
You know why I think
maybe
so?
December.
Man, Ethereum 2.0 is Half-Life 3 at this point, bro. Like, seriously.
You know why I think so? Because what most people don't realize, you have to go back to a couple Chico crypto videos, is that part of the team that Vitalik runs, they're actually creating another blockchain that has to do with what is it? The vaccine situation and validating whether people have been vaccinated. People don't even know about that. A good portion of his team is like helping out, the vaccine organizations so that they could create a network for safety.
My thing is this, right? When you say, like I said, that doesn't counter my point with Ethereum. Like, it is going to do well. I never said it wasn't. I never said it's inferior to Cardano. I always said it's going to be better. But as an investor, we need to get out of this cult mindset with these first gen cryptos. Like there are people vouching for these cryptos while other cryptos are constantly in the top 5 gainers list, getting people 500x randomly, 10x because it was added onto Coinbase. You know, all these different gains because it's in the startup stage, but it's working up there. But the thing is, these first gen cryptos, they can chill in that time because they've already established their blockchain. I'm just saying you got to ride the wave of development because there's money to be made in that. But if you don't want to make the money, I mean, it's fine. You could hold on Ethereum. You're going to make a ton of money during these bull runs. But I'm just saying there's so much more money being made in these younger cryptos because they're hungry. They have miles to tread because they have to.
Oh yeah,
But like I
I hear what
said,
you're saying,
nothing
man.
against XRP and Ethereum and Litecoin. It's just, you know, Litecoin is not going to get a random 10x by being added to Coinbase because it's already there. You know, it's not going to get a random 10x because of a new partnership because it, you know, it doesn't really need it. You know, it's made for peer-to-peer transactions and its technology. It's been verified and accounted for by many different companies. And yeah, when companies get into crypto, they will get the most popular ones. So that will be good. It'll do good during the bull cycles. But these younger cryptos, just don't discount the amount of money you could be making in these younger cryptos.
Oh yeah, man. I'm on the same page. I get what you're saying. Nah, it makes sense.
I don't disagree with you either. I wasn't trying to say you were wrong at all. I think what you says is definitely correct. You'll stand to make way more money proportionally wise investing in things like Cardano and Theta now versus like something like Ethereum or Bitcoin. Your money would go way further investing in these younger, very promising assets, which is exactly what I've done. I've taken what little money I had, put into these growing assets, and my portfolio has grown quite handsomely. So you're definitely on the right track here.
Now, this might be kind of a newbie thing from newbie investing in general, but what about when people talk about when they invest in either a stock or a Bitcoin or a company and then it closes down? How can you avoid the pitfalls of like avoiding in like I don't know if that would be called in the Bitcoin world, but like, you know, a Bitcoin that gets devalued or falls down? How can you avoid investing in a bad coin, so to speak, you know?
Doing your research.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not
I'm
trying to like throw a hardball or nothing, but that's literally the way to do it. Like a lot of people don't do their research. Like you'll see in the YouTube comments on most of these videos where they're talking about, oh yeah, this is gonna go up, that's gonna go up. And they're totally wrong. They're just going off of the words of a YouTuber who he's probably getting his information from other people, and he himself is not even fully doing the research. So you want to make sure you do your own research. You want to also, hey, try to get into a good crypto community of people that they actually know what they're talking about. They're open-minded, which is most important. And also, again, you want to look for certain criteria. Once you got that certain criteria, you'll narrow down what's going to be good very easily. You know.
Yeah, I would
Awesome.
definitely agree with you. Prevention is better than cure in this, you know, like in this kind of thing, because a lot of people lost their shirts when it came to investing in bad projects. I mean, I guess you're talking more like a cure aspect of it. In which case, well, if you invest in a bad project and they take away your money, well, it's already kind of too late for that, and you've just learned a very expensive lesson about putting your money where you shouldn't have. So it really pays to really look into what you're investing in. Who are the people behind it? How involved are they? What kind of product is it? Is it solving a problem? There are a lot of questions you need to ask, and there are a lot of things you need to see are going on behind the project, and what boxes does it check off for you before you decide to put your money into it. So if you could do all that and feel really confident about what you're doing, because it may not always work. I mean, we all could be wrong about what any of this stuff happens. There's no guarantee, but you're just hedging your bet to mitigate the cost to you. That's the most important thing.
Absolutely. So deep research deep research on the coin and also the company as well. Okay. So I think Trojan also mentioned looking at the top 5 that, you know, basically win and lose every week. Top 5 that make profit in the top 5 that are not doing as well. Cool.
Yeah, I would say it was a good place to start because you want to know, okay, why are they going up? Okay, why are they going down? And then that's a good starting point from there.
Even though there's a little bit of a gamble in any investment, I still feel like it's better than just working for money like hour per hour. Like that's how you start to get the money to invest. But like all the people that really have money, they invested in real estate or Bitcoin. They invested in something. Like I feel like actually learning about these different things. I'm looking into real estate once again, just getting information. Like almost nobody really makes good, stable money just working at a job. Like it doesn't matter what it is. It feels like investing in something, even though it's a gamble, is still better than just, hoping your boss gives you that, promotion that you're begging for, and then, so forth. Because I've been there. So, yeah, I'd rather play the gamble myself. That's what I feel like personally at this point.
Well, as long as you're being smart about it, and the important thing to realize is that, I mean, as much as working for someone else, I definitely agree about that. You have to get money from somewhere. It's hard to get money from nowhere. So I would say that, I mean, working would be a good to start, but that doesn't mean you have to work forever. You can, as long as you live below your means, because you don't spend all the money that you make, and then invest that smartly, then look into other ways of building money around the money you make from your job. Once you make enough money to replace that income or asset income, then you the job, focus on those other branches of income. You could go on from there. It's not an easy process, and it's a long-term process, definitely, but it could definitely be done. Also, yes, we're not financial advisors, so we're just guys on the internet giving our opinion based on what we know. So don't sue us. We're not trying to get sued.
Oh yeah, I feel we're just chilling, exchanging information, exchanging ideas. You know what I mean?
And
no one here is a licensed, what you call it.
Yeah, so for anybody who's creatively inclined, that's one of my things that I'm going to do. Is I used to want to, like when I was a kid, I used to want to get into the special effects business and VFX, but obviously I should have moved to LA already. But obviously we see that it's a bit of a cesspool. So thanks to the miracle of technology, I can still live my dream. And so I have all the tools at my fingertips. What I don't normally have is time. So one of my passions has been animation and video games. So before I leave this planet, I'm gonna put out something. I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna produce something, and it's gonna be to the level of quality that I want to see, and I'm gonna release it and make some money off of it, and most likely make some cryptos off of it. And that's another thing. It's like writing a book,
I could definitely feel that. I'm a creative person myself. I'm big into graphic design as well. Like I love doing work on Photoshop and things of that nature. So I'm looking to monetize those skills myself in the near future, especially since I have all this extra time since we're forced to stay inside all day long.
Yeah, I mean it's a good thing. This is why Netflix has been, Netflix numbers like went through the roof. Well, like the Xbox game numbers for playing online went up. PlayStation numbers went online. When wintertime comes and CV 2.0 hit, man, PS5 is going to be Metro booming.
It's crazy. Like Zoom blew up because of this stuff. Like I kind of heard of Zoom and people laughed at it, but now that we all been forced to sit down and use it, their numbers went up the roof. So
yeah, it blew up overnight, man, real quick. That was crazy.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Zoom, but I am forced to use it. Man, there's so much stuff. It is obviously for another stream. There's so much stuff that we got going on. It's like possible Trojan horses. You know what I'm saying? And we were talking about food. Okay, I don't know if Solo's still listening, but hey, I don't know if y'all seen the articles in the news about farmers getting these mystery seeds, from China. That's a thing. And even ones in Europe got these mystery seeds, and there was a couple of news organizations say, hey, look, don't be planting these seeds now because we don't know what these are, and I think that's just very strange. Like and because they came marked, some of them came marked as jewelry to the farmers. So there's definitely some stuff going on that's not, not good.
So you're saying they came from
Say again?
They came from China?
Yes, I saw the people taking pictures of them. They have the address of where they actually were mailed from. Nobody just mails some stuff from China to a place in Middle America for no reason, and it's marked as a jewelry box. Like, hey, there's jewelry in this mystery package. You open it up, and you find some little seeds, and they look like orange seeds or poppy seeds, or that's the only ones I could identify. It looked like poppy seeds and orange seeds. Those are the only two I could see, but that's still strange, man. You don't know what they've been doing. It's a little weird.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right to me, considering that TikTok was shut down because it was supposed to be a espionage app from China.
No, TikTok hasn't been shut down now. It's under threat of being shut down, and Microsoft might buy them, which I don't think is a good idea either, because then that still could mean you're basically buying a Trojan horse. There's a lot of subversion going on. I think we're going to be entering some kind of Cold War. Like, I don't even know if it's proper to call it a Cold War. This is some like clown world stuff. This is some clown stuff. Like, let's just take them over by getting their kids to dance to music. Oh, that'll work. Nobody ever thought of that stuff back in the day.
You're right. There's definitely way more going on than we know about, but people are gonna say woo woo. No, let's put on our tinfoil hats because here, you're gonna get that kind of treatment. But I definitely agree with you that there's way more going on that is on the surface. That's why we have all these distractions going on. Like, oh, the NBA's back up. They're in a bubble. Oh, all these celebrities are getting divorced now. Let's pay attention to that.
Please
It's just crazy that all this happened. That all this COVID stuff happened to happen during election year. That all this stuff's getting passed around. It just seems a little too coincidental.
It's all coming together in one time, which can happen. Was a trifecta of things can happen. That can happen, but it just seems a little too convenient in certain situations. There's a lot of pressure being applied in a lot of different directions than normally would happen. That I'm listening.
I'd say, man, the best thing to do in this situation, limit how much social media you use. I deactivated everything, man. If it's not, coding, crypto, the gym, or me learning about investing, I don't give a damn right now. Like, this is what matters. This is what's going to get you out of this. Focus on the things that's going to make you good. It's like, if you came into COVID, in a bad situation, do what you got to do now so you can be king later, man.
I get into that social media stuff myself anymore. So
I have to use it, unfortunately, because of my job. I gotta interact with social media.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm praying for you, okay?
I know. I know. I want to deactivate. I did make one step. I didn't deactivate it, but I hid my LinkedIn page. But that's just because I want to keep my head down. I was like, oh man, they trying to watch me. Let me just hit this switch, hide out for a little bit.
Yeah. And plus, a lot of these classes, I've been looking around, a lot of these classes that used to be like $1,000, $50, most of them are discounted, man, right now.
It's probably
and they've been getting discounted right around the stimulus or anytime the government pays out people's unemployment, whatever day of the week that's supposed to be. It seems like there's a discount on some kind of class. So check it out. And it don't have to be tech. Look at blue collar skills as well. Plumbing, trucking, whatever it might be. Check it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my deal before the year is over, and I'm so close, man. I'm turning the wheel on the ship is to get into building car engines, and that's just like a passion of mine. But I know that there's a small niche little market out there of people who will want to help me out and buy engines and get into cars and stuff. And that's just because I like working with my hands. But then the other side of it is coding. I have a ton of ideas, but I'm not fully skilled. I'm more like desktop support.
Can you see the other card? The red one.
Oh, is that Trojan?
I mean, Perez, if you so chose to, you could make YouTube videos on stuff like that, like car engines or cars of that nature. There are plenty of automotive channels right now that are very successful that do that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
I know one of the best ones is Chris Fix. That dude bought a $50,000 Humvee off of his YouTube money and saving all of his little pennies. Like he's on point, man. His production quality is on point. Like, and he was like, "This is what you can do if you save your money." I mean, it's just so funny. But he bought it like it's a beastly car. I'm more into like fast. I just want horsepower.
I feel their horsepower is always fun. Like there are these two guys I know. They're called the Goon Squad. These two like white guys from Georgia that have like the "Hey guys, we're getting here, but you fix our car. It's gonna be looking real cool. Like, thank you for watching the channel." They have like that accent and everything like that. And all they do is just they find cars from like salvage yards from that like got into accidents and stuff. Sometimes they do boats and stuff, right? Building a helicopter, but yeah, they just get salvage cars and stuff, and they'll just fix them up and drive them around, and they get plenty of views doing that stuff. So if that's something you're interested in, I would say definitely go for it once you have the time to do so.
Yeah, that's the one thing I don't have is time. I have to make time. So what my time now is like doing what Cozy was just saying. I'm investing myself, working out. I'm about to get strapped up, get my John Wick on. Yeah. It was the same like when I learned to drive. I was like all scared, and now I'm like, like I'm pro. So yeah, I'm about to be strapped up just in case, just in case everything might be cool, but you just want to be prepared for that rainy day, just like we're talking about with the cryptos.
But yeah, speaking of time, I gotta go dip out. I actually got a website I gotta go build, so I'm gonna catch y'all later. It was a good stream though.
Yeah, guys. I like this. I like the vibes, man. We should do this more often. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just send out a message, man. We'll be ready.
All right, cool. Any final words? Hey, Perez, man, John Wick, bro. I've seen the third one like 10 times already, bro. Okay, I'm capping, like maybe 5 times.
That's hardcore. Yeah, that's overkill. But that movie,
it's a fantastic movie, though. Like,
it is.
I'm not gonna lie. I like the way they keep the scenes. What's the word? I should know this. But how they extend the scenes. Usually, when they have a fight scene, it kind of like ends, but they just keep extending it all around. The cinematography. I know I butchered it. It's just amazing the way they shoot the picture.
Yeah.
Like, when you watch John Wick, it's kind of like you're watching an anime in real life, but it's freaking good. You know what I mean?
It is. Like, you couldn't believe. I was like, how is they gonna extend like a knife fight? And they made this multi-person, multi-dude knife fight, and it was like visceral, and he had the cringe moment. And then there was the whole point where your homeboy was like putting together the gun. He put together a gun just to shoot one bullet. That was it. But it was cool though.
Yeah,
it was so dope. And he had Lawrence Fishburne in there, and they made like a little Matrix joke and stuff like that. Like, you saved me, and now I'm saving you. I was like, oh man, they made the little Matrix reference. That was so cool.
Yeah. See, a lot of people didn't catch that.
Nah, they didn't. All
right. Well, listen, guys, I got to get up early, but you know what, guys? Hey, today was an amazing day. I did an anime stream earlier and now a crypto stream. So, just keeping that diversity of content coming. And I appreciate you guys for hopping on and chopping it up. I'll leave this stream up. And we're out, guys. Have a good night. And I hope you all sleep well. Peace.
Peace out.